very independent people.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Okay, let's move on. Let's get this started.
Oh, we're actually live. I just figured I would fuck around for a minute and whatnot and just leave you guys, let you talk.
Good. So,
Hey,
folks.
No, I'm actually gonna play the intro, folks. Don't worry. I just wanted to let Andres wax philosophical real quick, and all that.
No, we don't need intro.
Episode 3 to review for y'all. For all that.
No. How about this? Episode 3 is great.
Andres, why don't you sing an intro for us? Sing us the Star Wars intro.
Yeah. Let's go. We just gotta go hard. I go the hardest. I bring the pain. Not what you used to. It's all part of the game. Yeah. I just gotta go hard. I just gotta go hard.
Holy shit! Unless you're sneaking McNuggets in my hand, I don't want to hear it!
It's 10:30 a.m. We don't serve chicken McNuggets at this time.
Yes, you do!
No, we don't.
Why not?
Because we don't.
You know what?
Did you just hiss at me?
I was more than just fucking hiss at you!
Hey, just get your ass out of the car! What's going on over there?
Don't you fucking run away from me, you bad move!
Yeah. God, holy shit!
Don't make me assume my ultimate form! I will fuck you up! Just wait, I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna wreck you! Get the fuck back! Get the fuck! I'm gonna try to swallow you like a dumbass!
Ma'am, whoa.
Well, I'll give this little cookie an hour before we're doing the no pants dance. Time to musk up.
Wow. Never ceases to amaze me. What cologne you gonna go with? London Gentleman or... Wait. No. Hold on. Blackbeard's Delight.
No. She gets a special cologne. It's called Sex Panther by Odeon. It's illegal in 9 countries. Yep. It's made with bits of real panther. So you know it's good.
It's quite pungent.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, it's a formidable scent. Stings the nostrils. In a good way.
Yeah.
Brian, I'm gonna be honest with you. That smells like pure gasoline.
They've done studies, 60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
He dedicates 8 hours a day role-playing as a toddler.
I'm in baby mode on and off all day.
And Jess's daddy is caring for her.
I'm 20, but not really, because I'm 5.
Adopted mommy and daddy who are totally comfortable with me being a little girl.
I identify as an 8-year-old girl called Denise. Therefore, I am an 8-year-old girl.
There you go, folks. First question for the panel and you all back. Jesse Starcher. How would you handle sitting down with that dude talking to you like that and being like that fucking flippant about the fact that he's fucking obviously not an 8-year-old girl?
Well,
yeah, he's completely fucking like he's like adamant.
He sat down, right? And told me that
he's breaking it down. He's like, I am an 8-year-old girl.
I'm getting up. I guess I'm leaving. I mean, I don't have much else to say. That's about all I can do.
I would stay, brother. I would stay. That's I love you to death, Jesse, but I would stay, brother. I'd have to.
Well, there's definitely a mystery to unwrap there, but I'm not interested. I'll go ahead and leave you to it, sir.
Well, sir, I'll be honest with you. Whenever I decide to get my shit together, I swear I'm gonna try to figure out how I can find some really fucked up people, like guys that actually think that having like a profile on a dating site, their main profile is a dick pic or whatever those look. Like, type dudes. I want to sit down with them and really think them out and really talk to them and get to know them. And understand.
It'd be a deep interview. You should record that.
Record that shit. Intellectual themes and shit with like the main profile picture being a dick pic.
There you go.
There you go, baby. Like that, like that's the real reflection of who you are as a dude and what you have to offer, right? Hey, I love it, baby. Guys, you should go with that every time.
Put it on your resume.
There you go, baby. I'm telling you, 7 dick pics. That's all you need. 7.75. Rathacott, sir, what would your reaction be to the dude that says he's an 8-year-old girl, like flippantly? I mean, he's just like, it's law.
I would.
You have nothing to say. You wouldn't say.
I would send him to my home country.
Why would you do that to him, bro? Come on. I'm just playing with him, bro. I do the same thing. Fuck it. He deserves to be there anyway. Fuck it. I'd send him to fucking the Congo. Let one of those anaconda motherfuckers get him.
Hey, Olmec said he would send him to Sudan.
Olmec, maybe he can help fucking Elizabeth find the fucking the Giza, the Egyptian Giza pyramids, and they can help. He can help her with thrawn. Yeah, you know, you never know. Andrew's a pop culture guy, brother. Do you believe that out of respect for that dude, would you agree that he's an 8-year-old girl in his own presence?
Folks, I want to address this.
You
I'm
would.
here solely. I'm here. Shut the hell up. Anyway, you know, folks, I'm here to review and analyze episode 3 of Ahsoka.
You see how good he's got, brother? You see it?
Episode titled "Time to Fly."
What's up? That's my guy right there.
So I'm here today to discuss this. I'm not discussing a man-child.
Nate, are you impressed by Andres? How he's learned to fucking deal with my bullshit?
This is like
he's good, man. He's good. Hey, all right, you last, Nate.
It's kind of an impressive transition.
Nate, would you try to understand the depths of like? Would you understand the depths of like that chick and her whole mindset of the premise being, I'm 20, but I'm really 5 years old? I mean, how would you, you know, what would be the first question you would ask her based off that?
What?
They don't answer it.
That's not as in that's not
He
as
dedicates 8 hours a day role-playing as a toddler.
I'm in baby mode on and off all day.
And Jess's daddy is caring for her.
I'm 20, but not really because I'm 5.
Adopted.
She's awesome. She's
not-
my goat.
I meant that as an answer to your question, not as a can you repeat that?
How do you react to something like that? Like when you have to off the cuff. Just if you had to imagine yourself in that situation, what would you say?
I probably do what Jesse would do. I'd probably just be rude.
I would just try to hit that shit, man.
No,
You know what I'm saying? I'd be trying to get rid of that boyfriend. I'd be like, yeah, you pussy ass dude. Go fuck with thrawn. And the fucking Progo or whatever, whatnot. I'm trying to hit that shit. I don't care if she's 5 or 20. She was fine to me. It was legal. Anyways, folks, there you go. We're the MCU'S Bleeding Edge YouTube channel podcast. And what a shock. We're actually raw as fucking already this shit. And you know what? It's crazy as shit, but oh my God. I must not be a complete fucking like total idiot because somehow it's possible that in 2 and almost a half years of existence, we've never got one fucking complaint from any major platform about one fucking thing I ever said once. So there you go. That simple, bitch. It's either you either know what you're fucking doing or you don't. So you don't say this shit or you don't say it. But there you go. Now, as far as that chick with the 20-year-old, I'm 5 years old shit, I'm sorry, but I walk out too probably. I'd be like, I don't even know what to say. That dude with the whole I'm 8 years old or whatever and whatnot, I would walk out, man. What's the point? I'm sorry, but like I can't connect to that shit, bro. You know, like the force ain't with him, obviously. Anyways, folks, there you go. There's our Star Wars tie-in. I, of course, couldn't find my Ahsoka t-shirt because for the 3rd time in less than a year, my shelf fell down today. But, you know, what can you do? Obviously, it must have been one of those dark Jedis. Fuck me up. It could have been, you know, Thrawn or the Purgo. Maybe the Purgo fell on it. I'm not sure.
Purgo.
Yeah,
Purgo.
there you go. The Purgo the Purgo are back. They're here. They're huge. Massive. Almost like Megalodon. But hey, episode 3 of Ahsoka, Disney Plus series, Star Wars universe. Humbled to be the creator and co-host of the MCU'S Bleeding Edge. And I have an awesome panel tonight. Right? Bros versus hoes. Bros over hoes or whatever, like we say back in the day. We were stupid as fuck. Because that shit ain't cool now. But anyways, I actually met a chick that knows a dude that still lives by that, and he's like 40. And I was like, okay, USA. But you know, either way, you know, because obviously not a very mature decision. But the episode that we're doing tonight is episode 3 of Ahsoka. The title, I believe, is "Time to Fly."
Yes.
There you go. Thank you, Andres. On the guest panel this evening, we have all returning MCU's Bleeding Edge semi-bets, I guess you could say, almost from the jump. Jesse Starcher, how you doing, brother?
Great, man. Glad to be here. Can't wait to talk about the episode tonight. It's going to be fun.
I love it, Jesse. Always good to see Jesse. Jesse always pops in at like a perfect occasional schedule with me and whatnot, to where, like, you know, I just absolutely love seeing them fucking like get happy every day, knowing that I'm going to get record with them and shit and whatnot, because it just
means a lot to me, man.
He's perfect. You know?
Means a lot.
There you go, baby. Unlike fucking Andres, where I'm just like, oh, man. Fuck. Andres again. That
Poor
motherfucker.
Andres.
Shit.
Fuck you, Charlie. I should just leave now.
Andres, brother, I love you to death. You know it.
Yeah.
Come on now. Shit. You're awesome, dude. You're the best. I'm telling you. I'm just trying to get you to say fuck as many times as you can, basically. You know what I'm saying? You've always said it twice, the most ever. So I'm trying to get 4 or 5 out of you.
No, because that'll be too much for the audience. It'll be like Samuel L. Jackson.
Have you seen our analytics? Jasmine, every time Andre says fuck you, our fucking shit spikes immediately.
Really?
It's like Oscar shit. Oscar, yeah, it's like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's,
this is good. This means episode 3 will do well now.
Yeah, man. Because you're so dope on like a non-swearing vibe that, like, when you insert the swearing, it's like a game changer.
Oh my god.
It's almost like Jassim titling himself the Wrath of God. The Wrath of God, because it's just like so like befuddles me. Because I've known him for so long and his name is Jassim that it fucks me up to have any title but Jassim. I'm sorry, Jassim. I've revealed the secret identity. You're fucked.
That's okay. My face is already shown.
The third wave are coming to get you, bitch.
Actually, he has a cool name, the real Wrath of Khan. I guess he's literally Khan from the Star Trek continuity.
Oh shit! All match chat. All match.
He's talking about this.
No, you should
I don't
have,
know.
What'd you say, Nate?
You should have like a superhero background, and that way people can't actually tell your identity.
True.
Yes.
Very true. Like, you're literally exposing your living room in just a moment now. It's like,
Andres, you'll love this. You know what's so dope? When we did the Secret Invasion review series, folks, so we were about to get into Ahsoka episode 3, but when we did the Secret Invasion series episodically, when we reviewed it, we had a guy on. I'm not going to name his name or whatnot, but he came on for a couple shows, and his audio was fucked, bro, like jacked, right?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And it was like literally almost the level of that douchebag from Williams Geek Gauntlet podcast and shit. That where his shit is just like so horrible that when he comes to the studio, people are all like, it's like a bomb drops off and shit. You know what I'm saying? Whoever the fuck his name, I don't even know. When you're such a douchebag as he is, I don't know your name. I don't care. Either way, that fucker, whatever. Either way, this dude has this audio. It's so bad that I was calling it. Remember, Andres? I was calling it the fucking Mariana Trench detention he was living in, right? Well, so here I am. I'm such an idiot that I'm sitting there, like, digging and doing research, trying to figure out how to fix this audio shit. That arrogant prick the entire time was the only person I've ever met in my entire life in content creation to go into StreamYard as a guest and jack up his own audio by fucking with the settings. And that's why it took me so long to realize what was going on, because no one's ever had the audacity to do it. But he did it anyway. Right? And behind my back, blame me for it. There you go. There you go. And I'll tell you what, that's all I'm going to say, because he's actually within my physical reach for once. So let's just say that eventually him and I are going to have a Jedi encounter, potentially, when the moment's right. And I'm not joking, just to be clear. If you're out there, fuckhead. Because you're going to see me probably. You know what I'm saying? I don't like being questioned. Fucking
3 2.0.
Yeah, no, this dude trying to tell me how to run my own show and shit. I don't like that crap. And he questioned my fucking integrity too. I don't like that either. So he might get jacked up, unfortunately. Sorry, folks. I'm talking about violence. It's horrible. You better kick me off YouTube. Anyways, it's a good thing that we've got Ahsoka episode 3. to lighten the mood, right, and make everything more peaceful, like the Purgle, right? The Purgle should have their own like music. You know, seriously, like this perfect, like they should get the Game of Thrones orchestra. Pick up with something for the Purgle, you know. History class is so different after seeing Agent Aliens. The pyramid of Giza's being used to find thrawn. I'll make you motherfucker. I'm telling you right now, Jesse. My phone died earlier, and I was trying to get Isabella, my daughter that works for me now, is my assistant, to pull some clips from our last review because all that drops a couple bombs on us and shit and whatnot. And I wanted the clips of us laughing and shit so we can play them for you and for Nate. And also I fell out for one. Yeah, I fell out too. I had to fucking pronounce Wang or whatever the fuck.
Wang.
Oh,
man, don't get me started. It's so fun. Such a moment, dude. Andres kicks in with like commonsensical shit. He's like, why don't we just come up with our own name for the dude, for the robot or whatever?
Yeah, that's what I say. I mean, let's just call him H. That's it.
It was funny as shit, man.
I've been there.
I laughed so hard at one point. I looked back and looked at it, whatnot, everything. I laughed like I made a sound that sounded like a wounded animal. I was falling out and shit and whatnot. It's really embarrassing. I'm telling you.
Hey,
that's like a little bit.
Star Wars have the worst names to pronounce. Like I don't know. I cannot pronounce the names from Rogue One characters. Oh my god, their names are hard to pronounce.
Right. Genoso.
I know. So, yeah. Then you got Jar Jar, who they gave like an easy name to make, and he's just fucking Jar Jar, baby. You know, he's basically fucking useless. You know what I'm saying? He's like literally one of those things where, like, he'll be funny forever, baby. You know what I'm saying? He's the best.
So just quickly, a question. Does the android like has like a prefix like C-3PO and R2-D2? Like, or like Ahsoka gave him that name that we have trouble pronouncing? Because I don't know, like I mean, like Chopper is a good example. That's with the general. Like he has an easy name, so I'm just kind of confused why.
Yeah, I'm looking just to see if there's anything. I mean, I'm not familiar with this iteration of the universe, you know, the Rebels part of things, so I don't know for sure. But you know, the internet does not say that it looks like he goes by anything else other than Huang.
Okay, good.
So as far as I could tell.
Okay.
Been around for a while, it looks like, though.
All it is, the only reason why I keep fucking it up is because I keep forgetting about the H.
Yeah, dude, I get the same thing. I'm doing when I'm doing my podcast, I'm sitting there trying to pronounce creators' names for comics, and I can hear it. I can hear it 5 or 6 or 7 different times, and I'll still fuck it up just because my eyes see something completely different than my brain interprets. So I get you, man. Trust me.
No, some of those comic book writer and illustrator names and whatnot, everything are tough too.
Oh yeah.
Right. They're not easy ones like Ray Smith, you know, or whatever.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I can handle that.
All that. Well, you want to know about the talking about 23 8-year-old people and whatnot, everything? Well, listen, brother. That's a whole other. That's another show, man. That's a different conversation. We can't afford to add that. That's too intense for Ahsoka episode 3.
Jeff, right. Those are like in the past, like in the early parts, according to the timestamp.
I know. That's just how I do shit, baby. I'm all discombobulated and shit. That's just me, baby. You know, I don't give a fuck. Who cares? I'll bet don't give a fuck, right? You don't care, I'll back. You just want to be entertained, bitch. And you know what? We got it, baby. We'll do it for you. I don't care what I got to do, man. I was going to go out full on Tuscan tonight, but I didn't have time to put on my outfit. So maybe next week I'm going to go full Tuscan.
Damn it.
That's right. All I even know about my job as a Tuscan translator. But again, we'll talk about that later.
All right then.
Now, I don't know about all that yet. But no. So basically, as far as the actual episode of Ahsoka goes, it was dope. I don't think it was filler. I don't think it was great at all. It wasn't as good as 1 and 2, but it was good. And Sabine kept rallying. She's getting better. And Hella is fucking dope, right? Like they should give her more scenes, you know what I'm saying, and whatnot and everything, if anything. But what do you think? What do you think, Nate? Episode 3 in terms of, I guess, like your overall perspective. If you can go back to sort of when you ended with it, and whatnot in your head, like what were your thoughts, or what was your vibe?
It took me so long to realize how long. It took me so long to realize that David Tennant plays in this series.
Same here. I heard his voice.
3 full episodes to realize that was David Tennant.
I looked over at my wife and I was like, "That sounds very much like Doctor Who. What is going on here?" And then, yeah, I immediately looked it up. So yeah, I think I was on the 3rd episode when I figured it out too.
Yeah, that's David Tennant. It is. No, and honestly, the Huang character is actually awesome.
Agreed.
He's in Harry Potter as well.
Oh no,
Yes.
no, definitely. Yeah, no, David Tennant's great. I mean, he's been in a lot of good shit. So, anyways, Nate, no, I'm sorry, Andres. Nate, did you have anything else? Like any other thoughts in terms of like I guess, maybe your initial
probably
thoughts of the quality?
my biggest one.
Uh-oh. We're having like a
guess
time gap or like a delay. No, go ahead. Nate, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I said I guess that was probably my biggest one out of that.
Okay. All right. Mr. Starcher, your initial kind of, I guess, reaction or vibe, or if you did have any kind of contrast to the first 2 episodes.
Right. I mean, I think the first thing that everybody's going to point to is how short this episode is. It's only like 30 minutes or just over. So, what you said earlier about how it isn't the greatest out of them. It really isn't, but it's one of those things where we got to get from point A to point B, and we get this great like spacefaring episode. So, if I'm comparing it to the first 2, you're right. I would say this isn't my favorite out of the 3 so far that we've seen. But we get some good developments for the characters here. And like I said, I don't know much about the Rebels universe, or I shouldn't say universe, the Rebel show, because it's all taking place in the same universe. But I don't know much about the Rebel show. The good thing is that I didn't need to know much about that. So as I'm going through this series, I'm watching these characters who I can clearly see have a history, but I'm learning about that history as we go through the series, which is great. You don't want to be too confused, and plus you want the people who do know about what's happened in the previous series to be like, oh, hey, I recognize that, the Easter eggs, and I recognize this as being part of the continuity for it. But yeah, I mean, overall, I enjoyed the episode, so that's a good thing. I didn't hate it.
That is a good thing. I think that's actually important. I mean, you said a couple positive, like really valuable things there, but I would say that I have to pick one out of all of them. The fact that it was good, right, is good. You know what I'm saying? I mean, seriously. I mean, I know it's a very simple. I'm not trying to be funny here at all. I know it's a simple concept, but I think y'all would agree, right, Andres? That and then you, Jasmine, Nate. That look, I mean, at the end of the day, there's a filler episode, and there's an episode that's just shitty or is not good, right? And then there's just an episode that's just an episode, right? It's not gonna blow you away, but like Jesse said, it gets you to the end, right? And I think that's where Marvel's fucking up, along with multiple other things and whatnot with their series, is that when they're having their moments, when they're having these episodes, getting to that end, they're fucking them up, right? Like to a level where it like ends up like literally like toxic and like taints the whole series or whatever. Almost, you get what I'm saying, Andres?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the thing, like, I see us. I not to spoil anything from S4. Just seeing this show from a Star Wars perspective over the MCU, it's just the pace is much better in this show than some of the Disney Plus shows. Honestly, this was a filler episode, but it was paced so much better. Like, and plus, I mean, you can tell that this show has a lot of money, like spending like those like oh my god, those space whales, if you know those whales in the Star Wars universe. I forgot the name of it.
Virgo.
Thank you. That as Raffin Khan has just say now, it's really impressive. Like I can't believe they actually pulled that off, and it looks legit. Like oh no, oh my god, no, not a close sound. Anyway,
you created them, so
no, I think that's Star Wars creative team that are smart and much creative than the MCU. But anyway.
No, it's just, no. Chloe Zhao's just very selfless and like very, you know what I'm saying, and very like we're there to give the she's in the background and whatnot. She doesn't want the glory.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I like episode 3. I think it's a really good episode. It's not as good as the first 2 episodes as everyone's been saying, so which is not a big deal. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, no character in this ever gave us dysfunctional like the whole She-Hulk. Oh my god.
You're funny, Andres. You actually realize what he actually said? Andres, Chris, Andres, if you actually ever saw the fucking short I actually made where I talked about that when it happened and whatnot, you will crack up, bro.
No,
I went skit style on it, and I actually went all serious. I was like, folks, for once, true knowledge. This is not a joke. I gotta point it out there and whatnot. So I know there's other men out there, other brothers that are being affected by this and don't have the courage to put it out there publicly. But Shook episode 7 has given me permanent erectile dysfunction. Right? It's over. I'm done. I'm celibate now. I'm suing Disney. I'm suing Marvel Studios. I'm suing She-Hulk, that tall green bitch. I'm suing fucking Hulk, Bruce Banner too, and Tony Stark and Iron Man. Both.
There's no medication. There's no medication that can help your condition. None.
No, hey, I mean, look, the medical diagnosis is right here. I mean, this is oh man, this is from, I got this from a doctor from the country where Jasmine's from, Canada.
Oh my! I'm not Canadian.
He came to the U.S. when he got pissed off because the government didn't send him his free meth pipe or crack pipe 1 month or whatever. So he said, "Fuck it, I'm leaving."
Oh my!
Fuck you, Canada. Where's my pipe? Yeah, so I mean, with the superior Canadian health system, right? I was able to at least get this diagnosis, explaining the condition based off of episodes 7 of Shield. I mean, how it affected me medically, on a serious level, and really, like, I mean, it changed my life, very life altering. I mean, hey, when you're having a functional penis your whole life and all of a sudden it just dies, and it's lasting 24/7, 365. It's a real game changer, baby.
Oh man, I'd be suing somebody, so I don't blame you.
For real, it'd be like Jar Jar per day.
I think I'll take Jar Jar over Shield.
For that day, when I realized that Madden condoms don't fit me, man, that's rough, bro. Tough to take. Hard to take, man.
Jeff, I have a theory. I had this theory all along for the last 6 months since I met you. I think you have a secret crush on She-Hulk, and that you're throwing this negativity at the show that is probably giving you positively sexual, I don't know, awakening in your life ever since. I think that's what's going on here, right?
Oh, he's just trying to throw us off.
Exactly.
Oh, I see.
That's all I'm doing. Yeah, no, I'm just fucking with you guys. That's all. No, hey, what are you saying? The Ahsoka episode was short. It was only like 31.75 minutes, like Jesse said. So, right? I got to add some filler.
I think it's 37 minutes.
Okay, 37.75. No, I knew it was close to 40. From talking to Nate earlier. And I knew for sure that it wasn't like 57 minutes or whatever, like the first episode was. That shit was long.
Yeah.
But it was solid though for that length. So solid is of course being a word that White Vision doesn't use very much when it comes to certain areas of his anatomy. But either way, I'll talk about the OnlyFans or our plugs and whatnot. Everything it's on its way, baby. We're working on it. Working hard. OnlyFans is tough. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, either way, adult content is a whole different dimension than mainstream like us. But anyways, no, I'm actually I'm the DL guys and folks. I'm actually trying to get some OnlyFans just to come out here on the panel and whatnot and chill. So we'll see.
Nice.
With the bleeding edge, baby. What other spot with OnlyFans just come and hang out and actually like put clothes on and actually talk?
Right.
There you go. It's awesome. If you think about it, it should be helpful for them. But right, it will help me too, potentially.
Yeah.
And you too, all you guys potentially. We'd have to see. Anyways, though, when it boils down to it, Jassim, I know you weren't disappointed at all. Just like none of us really, I don't think, were with episode 3. But what were your initial thoughts? I guess it's been a minute since you watched episode 3 the first time. But were you immediately contrasting the first 2 episodes from jump at all, or like?
I would admit the first half of the episode, I was very bored because most of the time we're just watching Sabine learn Jedi training. Like in Rebels, seeing Ezra do Jedi training, that looked interesting. In Star Wars: The Clone Wars, seeing other people do Jedi training, it's interesting. But the way Ahsoka showed Sabine's Jedi training, it was just so boring that I nearly.
But Chloe Zhao jumped in and told him to put that mask on her at one point. So did that do anything for you?
No, it's still boring. And then once,
actually,
yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I don't really think Star Wars Rebels, they did have. I don't think there's been an episode where there was Jedi training for really that long.
Yeah.
In Clone Wars, I don't think it was the same way either. Maybe there was Jedi training for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, maybe, but not for a full 15, half the show.
Nate, I loved that you put that there. I never thought about that.
Jassim, Nate, I don't even remember what the fuck even happened during that scene.
I know, right? That's how boring it was.
Nah, I didn't even look. I was like, fuck it. This is stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. After about 2 minutes, I just stopped. I stopped watching. I clocked out for a while. I don't even know. I was thinking, to tell you the truth, who knows? With me, I could have been thinking about anything. The Pyramids of Giza, all that.
Pyramids of Giza or the Stonehenge.
Yep. You know what I'm saying? She-Hulk. The cage I was in their dungeon there for a couple of nights. All that, fuck, man. Morgan Elizabeth, I love it, Almac. Ellsworth. It's Stonehenge, you motherfucker.
It looks like a Stonehenge.
I'm serious.
Almost right.
No, but seriously though, when it boils down to it, Andres, how did you feel about it, brother? I mean, you're Andres is sort of new. And I want to just give for once. Folks. I poke at Andres, but Andres, I actually am very impressed by it. I'm very excited and happy for him to be here on the panel and be here for the Ahsoka reviews because I didn't really purposely try to fuck with him and force him to come out and do them, but I teased him a little bit and whatnot, everything because because I knew they'd be fun, right? And I like recording with them and whatnot. I wanted them to do them, right? So I fucked with him a little bit and whatnot, everything to try to do it, right? But he knew I was just playing. And so when he actually decided to do it and whatnot, I was happy, right? I thought really highly of it, and whatnot, right? He's not a huge Star Wars fan, it's like I'm not, right? It's not like his bag, but he's afraid to. He wasn't afraid to jump in and whatnot, and get after it and grind, So I props to you, Andres, and I'm glad that you're enjoying it, brother. That was all I really wanted to happen for you, was to be able to have the experience and enjoy the episode review. So what do you think? Were you like? Did you take a nap during the fencing scene?
No. I mean, first off, seeing a Jedi blocking their vision is nothing new. Have you seen The New Hope or some of the other Star Wars related things like the Attack of the Clones? You saw briefly the kids wearing something under, to block their vision, and of course in Rebels, one of their friends, unfortunately got blind, and so he had to use his sound and his other senses to help him, move around. So it wasn't new. For me, this episode was really about diving in the Sabine and Ahsoka's relationship, like what happened after Rebels, because it's like Sabine is like she's angry at Ahsoka for leaving her, and well, abandoning her during the timeline in Rebels. And by the way, I had to double check this, and so that's why she's training, but she's not like grasping the point of how to be a Jedi and how to connect to the Force, as we see briefly on her trying to like use the Force to get the cup to move. That's such good character development, and so I could see why. And I
know. I never saw it because I was just fucking, don't just totally pay attention at that point. But I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No, seriously.
Yeah.
No, keep going.
No. I get why it was boring, but those moments help to kind of understand this like strained relationship between the apprentice and the master. So I think this scene was very important, especially when we get into episode 4, because it does inform what's happened. So I think it was a necessary scene. Plus, we get good humor. Like, that's the thing. I just asked for the show to be funny, and they still do that. Like, I mean, Mr. H, the android, says that she's not ready to do this one particular set yet, and saying that she's the worst Jedi ever. Like it's very funny. And
his comedic relief is excellent.
Yeah, exactly. It's just I just love David Tennant's delivery of that. But yeah, I think the ship thing was okay. It's just like a slow down, like just time with the characters before we go into the big action set piece.
No, and Nate, I believe that and Andres, I know you'll appreciate this without question. You too, probably, Jassim. At the end of the day, they did make sure that they tried to emphasize it and heavily go into the themes that have always been really important to Star Wars. They went to the go-tos, right? And at that point, you sort of have to pull those off pretty well. Like you can't have them be like the fencing deal, whatever, the Jedi training, the sword training, Jedi, lightsaber training stuff, where like literally I can't even remember what happened. Right, other than the fact that like fucking Sabine dyed her hair purple again, right, or back to purple or whatever and whatnot. That's really I can take from that. Right, was that I actually found that good. That was a positive thing because purple's my favorite color. So I was like, okay, positive. At the same time though, I was like, why did you dye your hair again? Like, what I'm saying? I mean, like most of the chicks I know that dye their hair all the time are fucking like either like a crackhead or like seriously mentally ill. So like at that point, I mean.
I just kind of want to elaborate. Is something comparing this to Marvel real quick. When Black Widow Natasha Romanoff dyed her hair to white, and then dyed her hair back to the color that it was. Well, there was that kind of makes sense. For this, I don't really see why the color change on this. I guess what I'm trying to say.
I mean, Nate, if you look back at Rebels, it's like every season she has a new hair color. With that, you have like new character development.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that was the thing. Okay, because that was the part I was a little confused about this episode. It's like she changed her hair again, and that's the thing I hate about Nate, when you brought up the Black Widow thing. I hate that in the MCU, the Black Widow always had different hairs in different movies. It annoyed me so much. And here, I was kind of fine, but then I was kind of like weirded out why she changed her hair color again. But now it makes sense that, as Rafa Khan says, like she has done that since the Rebels.
Fuck you, Steve from Bumble. Fuck you.
There you go, Andres. You were that enraged.
Yeah. Oh my god. When we talk about Black Widow, it's like, oh my god, her hair is just like, I don't get it why. Like none of the female Marvel characters had changed her. Well, except with Captain Marvel. Like she's the other one that constantly changed her hair for some reason. I don't know why.
I don't know why. I don't know either. I never really thought about it.
I get honestly,
go ahead, Nate.
I get the Captain Marvel one, but that was really more of a backstory. Apparently, she was. I think that the.
Oh,
she
you
was
you get the Captain Marvel bold like cut or whatever.
Yeah.
Cool.
I get that.
Yeah,
Oh, maybe,
it's in the
maybe you
comic.
can actually, maybe you can then break down the whole like I'm 20 but I'm 5 years old deal.
I think if I remember correctly, the reason why she dyed her hair, you remember from WandaVision, where we find out that Captain Marvel's friends, which I'm blanking on her name, somebody Rambeau, not
Rambeau.
Monica, but her mother,
Uh,
passed
my-
away from cancer. And
okay.
so now I'm
Her mother
wondering.
was friends with Captain Bree. Yes.
Yeah, and so I think that's why they did what she did.
That makes kind of sense. Well, yeah, because if you're cancer, if you're trying for cancer, you will do certain things like cutting your hair short, because the cancer people unfortunately lose their hair, so that makes kind of sense from that perspective. Yeah, especially because my dad had cancer. Yeah, he lost his hair.
You usually get that Black Widow had cancer.
No. So what Nate was saying, because remember,
Andre, I'm joking, bro. I know she didn't have cancer, man.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for interrupting. So anyway, interrupting.
I'm sorry,
yeah.
Andre.
Oh, Cyber's here.
I know, Cyber. What's up, brother?
Yeah.
Cyber couldn't take it. He was like, you know what? After he saw that fucking the Jedi dueling, the saber dueling shit, and then he saw Sabine's fucking hair, Cyber was like, "Fuck it, man. That's it. I'm off the panel tonight. I'm off the panel tonight, man. I need to break this bitch for this." Cyber. Let's just say that Cyber does not find. Well, how do you pronounce her name? Cyber Sabine, Savage or some shit. Sabala. I don't even know. However you pronounce it. But no, this has definitely Cyber's goat, right? From the fuck, that's not his little rod in the Ahsoka, right? You feel me? But no, it's good to see you, Cyber, and it's good to see you too, Alback. But Andres, did you appreciate the fact that they did try to make an effort to sort of, even if they didn't maybe pull off the lightsaber training as well as maybe we would have liked, or more, it was more flash or something, or I don't know, just shorten it and do something else or something. I don't know. That they did try at the very least to do a good job and emphasize the stuff that like traditional Star Wars fans across the board all love, right? And go back to the roots. You know what I'm saying? And that you still, I think, can bring in new fans with.
Yeah, I try to remember in the trailers. Like I thought that we're gonna have the training on the planet initially, because if you do it in a planet, it makes it more interesting than in a ship. Like I'd seen a couple of the Star Wars cartoons where I remember there was one episode in it was one of the Clone Wars, not the. It was the Jenner Tartakovsky show, where there was an episode where someone was training and they're building a lightsaber in this like crystal cave thing, and it was interesting. You train and then you fought in there. Like I think you could have done that in this episode, but we have a ship, which is fine. Like I said before, if you've seen New Hope or how the Jedi is trained, it's basic 101 Jedi training, which is fine. But you have to understand that Ahsoka had a different way to train Sabine as a Jedi, where compared to other characters like Obi-Wan. How Obi-Wan was trained Luke in New Hope was more like straightforward. Like he was very tender to Luke, like how to perform as a Jedi, and it was like interesting. And of course you got Han there, like not believing the Jedi way and all that. It made the scene interesting. Here it's just like you got two people that have been part of this Jedi thing for so long. It's like, oh, this is how we do it. So hey, what are you gonna do? But yeah, I think it could have been nice to maybe change up the scenery. If they were in the planet, the training could have been more interesting. But it's fine where it is. But It doesn't drag too long, which is a good thing.
Okay, Andreas, what if they were training on the ship as the ship was flying?
Oh,
Like in
oh my god.
Rebels.
Okay, that'd be fair. Well, I was thinking like if they were outside in the space and then they were like having gradual boots on. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd make it more intense.
No, Jasmine, Andres makes a good point, though. I mean, I didn't think about the fact that maybe a different setting or a different background might have actually changed, influenced the scene. I don't know how much it really would have, but I mean, were you happy with? Have you been happy with the series? Were you? I felt like in this episode, if there's one thing you could really draw out and whatnot, without breaking it down, episode, scene by scene, was that they did kind of try to stick to like your typical Star Wars fare, right? In terms of the Jedi stuff and whatnot, right? They didn't overextend it, and they didn't at the same time. They didn't subpar it, right? The budget. They put money into the series without question. It looks cheap. Did you enjoy the original themes?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking to Mr. Khan.
Oh, Mr. Khan. Then say his name, Mr. Khan.
Yes, I am the Wrath of Khan.
Yeah, like
yes. So as my wrath, I guess I really enjoyed. I guess I do see your point, Jeff. Like how like a lot of training happens in the ships. You're saying, I'm not quite understanding the question.
Oh no, my question was the original themes of Star Wars that they put into the episode heavily. You know what I'm saying? Like the lightsaber
Master Apprentice.
The space battle, right? That was very originally Star Wars type shit. That's what I'm saying. Are you enjoying the in this episode specifically and in the series? Have you liked and appreciated that they've tried to go with some of the original themes?
I did. The thing about the original themes is that the space battles and the original themes are like original movies are like bigger. Like you have like battleships and you have like all this mini fighters. If it's only like a cargo ship and then a bunch of like World War II style space planes, I mean, it was cool, but I don't know, it just wasn't that exciting, I would say.
No, I would agree. What do you think, Mr. Starcher? Now, if I remember correctly, how just as a sort of, I guess, almost like a little bit of a personal, bit of bit to add to the show. What is your extension? What is your extension as far as a fandom type deal with Star Wars? I can't really remember. I mean, how long have you been heavily attached to? Go ahead.
Yeah, sure. I mean, heavily attached. I watched, I've watched all the movies. As a matter of fact, I think it was when the pandemic hit, one of the few things that I did was sit down with my daughter. The boys weren't really that interested, but every Sunday we had Star Wars Sunday. So we sat down and we watched one episode or one movie and made our way through all of the films. Getting into the TV shows and especially like the cartoons, I didn't have the opportunity to watch those. I should say the opportunity because I've had the opportunity plenty of times. I just never had the motivation. How's that? To go back and watch like Clone Wars and Rebels. So I enjoy the franchise, and you're talking about how the overall themes of Star Wars fold into this episode. And yeah, I mean, those were very prevalent. They were right there because the training scene that we're talking about here, I definitely was like, oh, this reminds me of what happened in A New Hope. When they have this the fighter battle and she jumps into the cockpit, and I knew she was going to cheer as soon as she shot one of them because I was like, this is exactly what I remember. So yeah, I appreciated kind of like those callbacks to it. The problem is that somebody else would also be easily able to say that makes the episode kind of predictable. So I understand both sides of the sword there that, yeah, hey, we're paying homage to what's come before, but I'm not a big fan of, that you could not be a big fan of predictability in the show. And again, it's a shorter show. So when you are spending a little bit of time doing some stuff that you've kind of seen before, you can get a little bored. So I understand that for sure. So yeah, there you go.
Excellent. And what were your thoughts, Mr. Starcher, in terms, if you have any at all, in terms of like the way they did go ahead and throw out some of those original themes and whatnot? Did you enjoy it? I mean,
yeah, I didn't hate it at all. But me personally, I was, just because I knew that it was probably coming. I think it's, it's the show's way of saying, hey, this is where we're coming from, and you guys are going to see some familiar stuff, but we've got some new characters, and these things happen in the Star Wars universe. The Jedi training scene specifically, there's clearly the whole point of that is to develop that relationship between master and apprentice. And from what I understand, and again, I'm not extremely familiar with these characters, but I can see that I sense that Ahsoka is very hesitant on bringing her in as a Padawan or a trainee, whatever, master, apprentice. We'll go that route. I'm sure I'm using one of those terms incorrectly, but yeah, that when she finally is like, okay, it's time to start training. I will train you. It's nice to see that. It's kind of nice to see how Ahsoka is at least handling, trying to recover her relationship with Sabine. They were clearly on rocky terms there for a little bit, but yeah, as far as the Star Wars themes being showing up in this episode, I'm perfectly fine with it. I have no problem.
Good. No, and you know what, Jesse? Honestly, did your kids enjoy the original Star Wars films?
Kira did. I love how I see Almec chiming in there about my boys wanting to watch My Little Pony. And no, they were watching YouTube, sir. Trust me, the kids are watching YouTube. That's just the way it all is across any child. I think around the age of 13 and under, maybe even older than that, are all watching YouTube. But yeah, I can tell you, my boy Caleb, he's still on me about finishing The Mandalorian. So yeah, I haven't had a chance to finish The Mandalorian before getting into this series, which is a sin, I think. But he was into that stuff. So as for the films, though, those kids, I can't get them to watch more than 10 minutes of something. Sometimes it's tough to do.
That's kind of strange.
What do you mean? It's like,
the films are so interesting that it's easy to pay attention to. It doesn't feel like a math class.
Bro, I'm telling you what, it is. I would think the same thing. Okay, sit down. Let's watch a 2-hour film. Okay. I can get him to do that with John Wick, just like that. Star Wars, though, it's tough to do. If somebody's getting a pencil through the eye or shot in the head in some way or decapitated, the 13-year-old's all over that. No problem. But yeah, as far as space fantasy, man, it's tough. It's just tough to do.
It's all strategic. It's all revolving around things shifting and changing culturally from generation to generation over time. And the studios know it, I'm saying, whatnot and everything. They know they pull everything and whatnot. And, at that point, basically, just simple things like the fact that the original Star Wars films, even when they are digitally enhanced, just don't present visually as well as a John Wick film does, right? It's going to automatically subtract 3 out of 10 points for most kids these days from jump, right? You know what I mean? Or if not 5. You know what I'm saying? So there's very small, subtle things that just are so different for kids with the old films we love that they're not going to watch them.
Mm-hmm.
Blame TikTok.
There you go. There it is.
Yeah, you could pay them, but they won't watch it.
Yeah,
literally, they'd rather not. They don't even care. Seriously. And then you got there's people out there too, adults that literally will suck dick for money for crack, but won't but they won't watch the second set of Star Wars films if they get paid, right? Especially the ones with Jar Jar in them. Fuck that.
I'd be surprised if kids will like the prequels. The prequels are hard to watch. I mean, the first 2. Episode 3 the Vengeance of Sith is so much better to watch.
Sorry about that, Nate. I just wanted to put you on the spot, man. On the spotlight, bitch.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
No, I just like your glasses, man. They look good, man. So I was just, trying to copy your. I'm just gonna check them out.
Honestly, the only reason why these glasses are on there is because I cannot seem to figure out where I put my other ones.
It's funny. It's like we have 4 people with glasses, but Rafacon's not.
Well, I wear glasses when I take off my contacts.
Oh, I see.
I used to wear glasses, then I went to contacts, but I still have glasses.
Well, I'm not wearing glasses no more. Fuck that shit. I'm done.
Yeah,
dude, everyone's taking off their glasses now.
I don't like this. I don't like this uniform bullshit, man. I gotta change it up.
That's me without glasses.
I try to be like all you motherfuckers. I'm just joking. No, but Nate, same question to you, brother. I know for a fact probably you probably do really enjoy. You are a younger person that really does really enjoy the original themes.
Oh yes, I do really enjoy. Probably out of the original 3, I would probably say I like 5 the best out of the 3.
When you see in Ahsoka or other series how they try to pull off some of the original stuff and whatnot, the tropes and the themes, do you critique them heavily?
No, because I haven't been really recently, other than like, how do I put this? Recently, I haven't been, other than like breaking things down, like this is how this went, that kind of stuff. I haven't been really that much of a person that's been critiquing how things have gone, other than when it comes to like sports things, but really haven't been.
I hear you. I mean, honestly, the last thing I've been critiquing the blowjobs I've been getting lately a little bit more, scrutinizing them, trying to kind of, be more accurate on my grades. Because thankfully God decided to bless me with the whole deal where for once in life I'm not full of shit when I touch this. I don't finish from head at all. I haven't twice in like 20 plus years. So like you'd be amazed how like what happens when just as you realize it's true.
Yes, you need help.
They're blown away, man. They're like, what the fuck? Yeah, they're like, you have the force? I'm like, yeah, baby, that's the force. And then they put the force on me. So I've been trying to teach that shit a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And be more intellectual about my grading. But no,
Jeff's got a spreadsheet. He's got a spreadsheet that has all of the grades of every single day that he's was able to secure some head there, and that's great. I can see you sitting down at night just be like, that was a 3.5.
No,
that was a 4. Okay,
no, but you know what? Honestly, I'm very appreciative for what I get in that department and whatnot because I'm very thankful, right? And I'm very vocal about that. You know what I'm saying? And whatnot, because I get very, very individualistic head myself. I do. You know what I'm saying? And I can tell because like I'm true knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So like, and plus when like just are giving you head for like 38 minutes straight and loving it, at that point you're watching. You pay attention. It's like reviewing. It's very analytical. Anyways, though, as an aside, I'm trying to work on my review skills on the panel and whatnot while I'm getting head. You got to multitask.
I don't want to think about you thinking about us while you're doing that. Okay.
Agreed. So disturbing.
No, anyways, so Nate, what did you think? Did you enjoy Sabine's new hair dye job this episode?
Yes, kind of. And I say that because it was kind of confusing at first until we mentioned earlier in the show. I dawned on me about Rebels that she always changes her hair.
I think her hair is better in the animated version because it's animated.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I thought about it the other night after we did episode 2 when Cyber was like talking about it and whatnot and everything. And I looked at a still frame of her from the animated series. I think this in the animation it looks better than the actress's hair in the live action form. Does that make sense? It's going to be different, right? But no, No, but again, Jasmine, to kind of just draw on you a little bit and whatnot, and use your Rebels knowledge.
Mhm.
Now I haven't watched Rebels either, Jesse. Nate, you've watched Rebels?
It's been a while, but yes.
All right, Andres, I know you haven't watched it, right?
No.
I tried to watch the first season and I fell asleep during it. It's a little boring at first.
Well, that's why you have to keep pushing. The second season's when it gets better.
I will. I'm going to. I did the Clone Wars. I'm going to do Rebels. I will.
Okay. Well, at least watch it while you get your spreadsheet work.
Okay, I will. You know, I'm telling you.
I think you'll be able to concentrate better.
Hey, you know, I'm telling you. I agree. But no, I'll tell you what. When it boils down to it, it helps to be able to have somebody on the panel at any given time that actually has that kind of knowledge and can kind of draw from something I don't know about. I mean, you tell me. From a standpoint, I guess I'm going kind of in the Marvel direction, right? Since in a way, Rebels is sort of like that same dichotomy of where we would normally bring up the comics, right? With something like Secret Invasion, contrast and like, you know, and compare or like, you know, go back and forth about that kind of dichotomy or that discussion. You know, as far as the original material versus the live action, right? The comics. Rebels is sort of like that version. That's that side of the coin, you know, with Ahsoka. Now at that point, what do you think about the concept of the question of the fact that we know for a fact that comics don't translate perfectly into a film or TV series type format? It doesn't work. Now, when it comes to like Rebels with the animation, right? How do you feel that sort of plays out with Ahsoka being live action? If you get what I'm saying.
With Ahsoka, they did a fantastic job, not only with like the looks, which actually her looks look more similar to what we see in the Clone Wars than compared to Rebels. But like when it comes to Sabine, like the acting, like I cannot help but notice that like the actress that plays Sabine, she like does her best to like try to replicate her, but she's like halfway there. So it's like when I see Sabine in the Ahsoka series, sometimes I'm just like, is that what Sabine would even do? Because half the time, like the things that Sabine in Ahsoka does, it's like something you would not expect Sabine from Rebels to do.
I mean,
okay.
It's like
Go ahead,
jumping in the conversation. Like it's tough because you're returning these characters and these some years ago, you know, and so it's kind of tough for the actress to like not only balance trying to respect a version from the cartoon, but you're also doing something new with this character in this show. And
but Rosario, whatever her last name is, she did a fantastic job with Ahsoka.
Yeah.
How are you gonna know Rosario's first name and not know her last name is Dawson?
Dawson.
Oh, Dawson, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm sorry, Jasmine. That's funny though.
It's okay.
I've never met anyone before that's actually known her first name and not known her full name until now. But that, you know, and hey, I love new things, so spontaneity is great.
Yeah,
it's always good to have a first. No, I'm just kidding, Jasmine. No, hey, at least you know her first name. Again, you are only literally 16 years old, so
yeah.
Oh my god.
Wait, I'm not. Yeah, I am 16. Yeah.
In Canada, you are. Here, you're 22.
Yeah.
There you go. See?
I mean,
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to reveal all your secrets. I apologize, Wrath of Khan. You know, I know your whole immigration status is a little shady. You know,
yeah, I work for the FBI. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yes, I got another friend now from he's FBI now. I used to be FBI a long time ago in the 70s.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What department?
I can't remember. I'm too old.
You're too old.
Yeah. Well, I'm a Time Lord, So I regenerate so many years. I can't remember where I was at. Where
Andres lives in the time cop dimension.
Okay, like Doctor Strange.
Yeah, Doctor Strange. No, it's in the Doctor Who universe. Don't listen to Jeff. Jeff doesn't know anything about his geeky stuff and his true knowledge. He
It's all a bunch of
claims to
really
be.
wildly timey-wimey stuff.
Exactly.
Oh my god! You know what'd be so funny is if you just randomly ask people if they didn't know what Time Cop was, what they think Time Cop would be about, and you have the one person that completely fucking can't get it, and it's like it's probably a psychological thriller, murder mystery, or some shit.
Oh my god, that'd be so funny. Someone answered
I
that.
know, it'd be hilarious. It'd be hilarious.
Oh
And
my
I won't
God.
lie to you, I'm not bullshitting you. I have started to think about again when my energy's right, because just I until I feel like I'm there, I'm not gonna put an effort into some new shit or go into something or whatever, whatnot. I'm not gonna research some shit if I'm not gonna actually do anything with it. It's not worth it to waste energy. There's already so much you got to put out to do this shit to begin with all the time, but no, honestly, I'm thinking about starting to do some just going out in the public and just random fucking, you know what I mean? Like, some other people do it, not just be, hey, what's up? You know what I mean? And with the mic or whatever, whatnot, ask people questions. If you think about it, it would probably be funny as fuck if I did that. Seriously.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the shit I would ask people? Because I'm really good at stuff like this, like talking to people and saying crazy shit.
It'd be funny for some people, but it'd be very weird for others.
You have to understand, Nate, everything I say and do during the shows and whatnot, I talk like that in public.
Yeah.
Even even the phone calls.
Yeah, all the time. I mean, literally, if you were on the phone with me, I go into like Walmart and whatnot and go into the checkout or whatever whatnot and like literally make intensely raw sexual jokes right to chicks with a smile, and they love it.
No, they'll just offend them.
No, they love it. They do. Seriously, they love it. Some of them would bang me probably just off one joke.
Anyway, I'm gonna answer.
Andre, women like humor. They like guys that are funny and confident.
Yeah, sure thing. Not too confident. I think that will be the wrong message.
They're that simple. They really like being made to laugh, and they like confidence.
Everyone, just it's Jeff is right. He's serious about this. I just want to know.
And they love extremely tiny penises too.
Oh my god! Please don't. Anyway,
believe every word he says.
Yeah. So the user here, PM, just brought up something that was funny, and we should talk about was the general.
Surprise.
Yeah. Oh my god, this Jeff to make Jason. So no, I don't see that happening with Jeff. Jeff is a robot. Jeff is a robot. He cannot perform these tasks. Sorry.
I'll bet. What do you mean? Can we talk about how a Twilight has sex with a human Jedi? What are you kidding me? I mean, look. If I was if hypothetically I was capable of just demonstrating it to you myself physically, right? I could do it and show you. It's not hard. At least, I'm just at least the structure of it. I don't know about how a Twilight has sex with a human Jedi. I mean, the same way you do with another human, I would think.
Well, yeah, like if you're having sex with a creature, it will be a hybrid. Like the kid had green hair, so that's saying something.
Yeah, I tried not to put a lot of thought into that.
Yeah.
Just like,
I'm
okay.
assuming that Hera has a vagina.
I'm sure. I was like, I'm sure that they were able to pull it off somehow.
With you. I tried not to put a lot of thought into that.
I would assume she had the same anatomy as like a woman, essentially, right? I mean, she just is green or whatever.
It's weird how this episode has revolved so much around hair. And not one of us has asked when Ahsoka's going to get her hair cut.
Oh my god!
Dude, Twilight's never getting hair.
What the fuck is that shit that Ahsoka has on her head?
I have no idea. My wife was like, "That looks like a bunch of plastic." I was like, "Okay, all right, you're done watching now."
I mean, I saw a video on YouTube the other day explaining what that shit is. I saved it. I showed him. It didn't intrigue me enough. It didn't excite me enough as the lightsaber dueling to get me to hook me in to watch it.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to like Google it. I don't know, man.
I use it, Nate. What or Jasmine? What the fuck are those things on Ahsoka's head?
That's literally her hair. But like, it's like a horn.
Never actually thought about that.
Yeah.
It's her hair, but in like a firm version, like kind of like you know, something about Mary, where the dude gets like, or she gets the cum in her, she uses cum as hair gel and shit, and so her hair gets all frozen from nut.
Oh my.
Oh dear Lord.
Okay. Just think of it as hair, but like if you cut it, you're gonna bleed. Just think about it that way.
Oh man.
That's why they never cut it. You just let it grow.
It's basically like how do I put this? Okay, I'm gonna give like a very weird analogy. It's like ears on a human. You can easily move them, but they're not hair.
You
They're
don't
part of your body.
Yeah, you do not
so
want to
that's
cut
like-
those.
That's actually it's actually very in depth. That it's actually like a multi-purposeful deal. It's hair and ears combined.
Yeah.
But they also have ears. They do.
No, it's an analogy. I gave it an analogy.
Oh,
Oh,
so-
okay.
oh, are her ears that are like are coming out of her vagina?
Oh my god, no.
Or is her vagina her ears?
No.
We can easily move
telling
our
you.
ears.
All these intergalactic questions, baby. It's intense.
Well, some of us can do that weird.
Nate, you've got a dip soon, brother. Sir, if you have any, final thoughts in the episode you'd like to drop, take as much time as you want. You want to drop your rating, and then just let us know what you've been doing, what you're covering. I know you're going to be on another show later. Have at it.
Yeah, so I've been doing a lot of sports stuff. Been keeping myself really doing the later shows at night because of school and work and all that kind of stuff. The Chiefs and the Detroit Lions, they're having a football game right now, and that game's actually almost over. So that is why I'm going to have to hop off. But as for the show, I really love the show. It brought me into a lot of interesting questions moving on forward because I still haven't finished episode 4 yet. And on. But as to give like a rating, I would probably give this maybe a solid 8 out of 10.
Okay, I think that's fair. I think that's very fair. And just I guess to sort of like go backwards a little bit. If I know you didn't actually do this in the past already, but if you could just like real quick, if you had to just throw it out, what would you have rated episode 1 and 2?
I would probably give 1 just go a little bit higher, but not much. 8.5.
Okay.
And then episode 2, I'll probably get the same 8.5.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's very fair. Hey, listen, Nate, it was great to see you, brother. I hope you're able to come back and do another episode or 2 with us during the series. I mean, we've got 5 more.
Yeah.
And listen, man, it's always good to have you. Honestly, Nate the Great is a good fucking guy, man.
Yeah.
And I've known him for a hot minute. He's a great creator. He's a great guest. And, and he's a good person. And he's not afraid to take away and back off from content when he needs to and whatnot to focus on important things in life, and have balance and whatnot. And I think that's something to be highly, looked at as impressive to me, that he has that kind of maturity and that kind of focus and, whatnot, balance at that young age. When I'm 40 and I'm fucking just like all over the place, just like straight slutting out and shit and whatnot. Slutting chicks out. I'm a slut too. A double slut, Experiment with fentanyl, crack, and meth at the same time while I'm doing reviews. All kinds of shit. Who knows?
At least you're an Excel master.
No, I'm just kidding. Nate, we love you, brother.
All right. Talk to you guys later.
Thanks for all the NFL info earlier. Thanks for all that NFL info earlier, brother. I appreciate you. Oh, fuck. Who's that guy?
He's frozen.
That Balin Skull's sister, cousin? I'm not even sure. Andres, you motherfucker. It's too bad I don't have a penis right now to insert in your mouth. Oh, there you are.
Nice.
Oh,
Dude, why would you say that?
I never said anything. That wasn't me, Andres. That was that was the guy, the 8-year-old girl.
Yeah, right. You're a sick son of a bitch. You're a sick son of a bitch.
No, it wasn't me. I'm telling you. It was Balin Skull.
Yeah, very funny. You're very funny, Jeff. You're a funny man. You know that.
Really?
I know
Oh, man. I didn't even know.
Anyway, let's move on. Let's get into that. We should talk about the general talking to the Senate.
The council.
The
I think,
council,
right?
yeah,
Is that what that was? Was it a count? Was that some kind of Jesse? Was that a council, a Senate council meeting or something, or like?
Man, yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Like, I mean, we had a few senators around there, and we had Mon Mothma,
who's now the chancellor.
Yeah, so I assume it's some kind of big meeting where to me it sounded like she's got to go to these people to try and get them to make this. We got to send forces over here to stop this from happening, and the politics are back in Star Wars. It's always been there, folks. But that's kind of the world we deal with, and yeah, she's trying to secure some type of forces to go and help her out there. But
yeah, they're like a high council, I think, like a panel, almost like a senatorial panel kind of deal. Sort of a la. And dude, I hate that fucking guy in there. That that hella like fucking straightens out and shit and whatnot.
Oh
yeah.
I
totally believe that she would beat his ass too in a fight.
Yeah, she's trying to get across that, hey, the Empire isn't exactly just gone. And as much evidence as she brings to him, like, we've still got problems with some of these people. They don't really seem to want to acknowledge it, and especially that guy. And yeah, she does straighten him out, because I think there's the one thing that I took away from that was when she stood up and was like, did you fight in, were you in the war? And you could tell he'd probably never picked up a gun or a sword or whatever. But anyway, yeah, it was a good scene. And of course the politics is getting played. And by the end of that scene, you don't know if they're going to agree or not. We find out they don't. But anyway.
No, I hear you. And go ahead.
I think we're missing the bigger picture here with this scene.
Okay.
Remember how in the previous episode I talked about how the Senate of the New Republic was divided between centrists and non-centrists, like ones who want like a bigger central government, while others want to like allocate more power to like the individual planets.
Okay.
Remember I mentioned Bloodline in the previous episode?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, okay. So regarding that senator who like downplays the rise of the Empire, so in the book Bloodline, so a lot of these like centrist politicians, the ones who like want a bigger, a stronger central government, one where like the chancellor is like Palpatine of the Empire. So in that book, so they also mention like there's some like shady imperial activity or some like cartel activity. And it's always those centrist politicians who would always downplay that stuff. And the reason why is because they're trying to hide their activities of building the next empire. So that guy who's like telling Mon Mothma, hey, there's no empire, there's no issue.
Right.
He's actually part of the whole gist, with like building the First Order.
Makes sense.
And remember how Jesse was like, this guy looks like he never held a gun in his life. Well, a lot of these like people who are centrist politicians, they were actually usually born after the Empire and would secretly have imperial memorabilia in their offices. Yes.
Nice.
So it's like they've never dealt with issues with the Empire. I mean, some do, but at the end of the day, it's like they just want to relive the glory of like having like a big central government.
Right.
I wonder if they have any of the of Luthen sex toys from his
Oh
shop.
my dude. Oh, and another thing Was anyone surprised Mon Mothma was the Chancellor of the New Republic and not Princess Leia?
No. Oh
No.
No,
Yeah.
no, in one of the shows or movies, isn't Mon Mothma in that position?
Yeah.
It didn't occur to me. I wasn't. I certainly was like. I just remember seeing Mon Mothma in the recent movies, and so,
Andor.
Yeah,
Andor. Yeah, and she was in Andor too. Actually,
But that's like pre New Hope.
Yes.
And we're like right now, like in the times of the Mandalorian, like after the Empire.
Yeah.
I know. Honestly, Jassim, that is actually one of the things where I'm hesitant to even like delve into that type of stuff, like the timeline stuff, and like the sort of patchwork way that they've decided to sort of like subtract and add characters into the timeline in different ways that actually weren't there in the beginning, and inserting stuff that was never there, taking people out of it, right? Changing their roles, you know, I mean, whatnot, right? All that kind of stuff. I'm not, I don't, as a sort of like, you know, growing Padawan Star Wars fan, I guess, that doesn't feel like I've put the time in or like, you know, and have the knowledge to really be, you know, be full fledged maybe in terms of this dynamic. Not just being a fan. I think that, that conversation with anybody is just going to be kind of boring and whatnot, and sort of like fruitless, to tell you the truth. Because at the end of the day, like, look, I mean, fuck, Star Wars is starting to get a little bit discombobulated, almost like DC was 2 years ago, and it is still a little bit with their shit, you know, with Warner Brothers and whatnot, right? It's not that bad, you know. They don't have 5 Batmans, you know. But no, it's a lot. It's a lot to juggle. It really is. It is. I mean, when you make a show like Andor, after Rogue One's already 5 years been done, right? And it like literally kills it. People like, I mean, you go on YouTube and search it, and there's 2 people that didn't like it. Everybody else thinks it's the best thing that ever fucking happened, right? Like, I mean, it's literally, if you go looking, that's what you'll see. And yet at the same time, right? It does not work or feed off of the original strengths of Star Wars at all. It actually feeds and builds off the opposite type of things, like things that have never been a part of Star Wars, really, right? Like serious adult level writing, right? You know, tension and shit and whatnot that's built through not through action, but through words, right? And soundtrack and like, you know, environment and backgrounds and you know, really good fucking acting, you know, and you know, and producing and directing. So I mean, you've got something like that popping up. It's like almost like a pariah, right? You know, which is why Star Wars Theory and you know, his buddy over there at Net and Geek, which I have no problem with those gentlemen. I think they're great guys, good creators. They didn't like Andor at all. They think it actually like is bad for Star Wars. You know, because it just muddles things, right? To have it be that good, right? Yet it's only gonna have one more season. That's it. It has no shelf life after that. It does not exist in the universe, really. It casts to nothing. You know, so like just to like, you know, put that out there, like that is sort of where things are at with it. But if you go look, like, I mean, pretty much everybody out there in the Star Wars fandom thinks that Andor is fucking like some serious shit. Like a game changer, if not like possibly the best thing that Star Wars has ever done, but the original films. You know, now Ahsoka is not to that level, unfortunately, but the scene with Hera and that set panel, that's a good point. For one thing, Jesse, the politics. Yes, I wrote that down right in the outline. It literally was just purely political, right? Like they were like literally all of them, even Mothma, were just acting like pure politicians. Same, cover my ass. I'm greedy. Right? It didn't occur to me though that you've got Imperial plants in there too, because we already talked about it in the last episode review. They're in everything, right? The Empire, they're in everything.
Yeah.
You know, they're a part of everything. So at that point, of course, they'd be there. At least, of course, the biggest douchebag there would be one of the Empire fucks. You know, which I mean, seriously, like, if you needed an actor to be like so stereotypically fucking shitty and like much of an asshole as that guy, he's that guy. That's his resume. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like he kills it. You know, and then the freaking thumbnail literally says that Jar Jar will beat that pussy's ass. Yep. There's a picture of Jar Jar all swollen shit. No, but I loved it. I loved that how Hera served his ass up, dude. For reals. You know what I'm saying? Like for reals. And I literally thought I felt inside, I was like, damn, you know what? I bet if she wanted to, she could beat his ass right now.
You know, she wanted to.
She could jack him up. And he would probably be like, you know, like most of these tough guy dudes behind the screens and shit that run their mouths all the time would be like in real life if they met me. Oh, Jeff, I'm calling the police. Where's my shield? Where's my screen? Where's my cell phone? Is this the real world? Oh God, pain sucks. Anyways, no, folks. No, let's get to the space battle. Now, I love Ahsoka's ship. I do. I love it. I love the color scheme. I love the way it's designed. I love the way it looks. Like how
you love that it's old.
I just love it. Yeah, it has that relic look to it, right? It fits her personality, right? That old-fashioned sort of. If anything, I wish that they would allow Rosario Dawson. And see, that's for me not having watched Rebels yet. Sort of affects me a little bit. Is that I feel like I wish Rosario Dawson would give us more of that. Like try to do something more to give us that vibe of like that she has that sort of personality. Right, because she's not just a Jedi, right? I mean, you know, she does have like cool things about her just as a person, right? I mean, you know, she has liked people before. She has had crushes on men, like during Clone War. Didn't she during Clone Wars kind of like have feelings for like two different guys or whatever?
Yeah, Lux and who was the other one?
Well, I mean, you know, Anakin hit that shit.
No.
You know what I'm saying? They did some lightsaber training, you know, a couple times privately. But either way, no, I'm sorry. I apologize. I forgot. Jedis are very pure, and they don't do that stuff. But either way, though, no, the space battle was great. I loved it. Andres, what'd you think, buddy? I mean, you already know I love Baylan's catalog. She's awesome.
Yeah,
I love it.
You know her name?
I do. What is it? Baylan? Shit. How do you pronounce it?
I think you say it right. Baylan.
No. His Padawan, the blonde hair girl that actually fights against Sabine, Huang, and Ahsoka through the space battle.
One.
I believe that all of the fighters with her squad, those were those basically all like drones or like robots?
Half. No. They're like there were half, like there were one alien, then there was like another android. Like it's a mixture.
HK.
Yeah, HK. Yeah.
Yeah, were they HKs and the one Inquisitor?
Yeah, that's what I saw. Twice.
Okay. All right, I forget his name.
Yeah.
It's not Ezra.
No. And by the way, I saw episode 4. Don't put your expectations high with that Inquisitor. It's just a show off. Just another toy line for Star Wars.
And you don't get to see the face.
Yeah, you don't. It was weird. I'm excited to talk to you next week because it was weird. It was like Ghostbusters meets RoboCop.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Put it kindly.
Yeah, you will see the episode. I hope that Idolatry can help you understand what was going on with the Inquisitor. It was weird. It was like it was like Willow meets Star Wars for the first time.
Just know Morgan Elsbeth might have something to do with it.
Yeah, well, yeah.
What is Jeff looking at his computer?
Her name is Hattie, right?
The name.
Yeah.
I was pulling out the name.
And Merrick is the name of the Inquisitor. Merrick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Galen Merrick.
No, Merrick is his name. Galen Skull is the Jedi, sir. That the great Rest in peace, Ray. Wise, I believe Stevenson portrays. It is a great job so far. Although I haven't watched it, I obviously grasped that probably at the end of episode 4, he possibly may not be in the series anymore. Sadly,
Nope. Don't say that.
I don't know for sure. I haven't gone ahead. And yes, I can see right now that part 4, episode 4, Fallen Jedi, at the bottom, I see the word, the name Anakin Skywalker. So now I get what you guys are talking about.
Whoa!
Yeah, I see it. But no, what'd you think, Jesse? The space battle, that probably I think was probably the best part of the episode.
It's fun. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the ships definitely looking like warplanes, World War II fighters. That did kind of throw me for a second. But I will say that I mean, it had all that familiar Star Wars flair to it. They're going to be going down onto the planet. I was expecting them to get shot down, which happened. But they held their own. It was nice to see Sabine. There was an interesting moment where Ahsoka kind of like turned over. I wouldn't say command, but she was like, tell me what you want me to do. It was almost like there was this sense of, hey, letting Sabine call the shots was a big deal. I don't know if that's what you guys got, but that's kind of what I picked up. And she was able to kind of like take control and take out some of these fighters. Ahsoka was following her commands in order to try and get those fighters out of there. But yeah, we at that point when near the end when they're crashing down to the planet, we get to see the whales, which are apparently that is a big thing that's in
the Purgo. Yeah, the Purgo, because they're the ones that actually helped or were a part of facilitating Ezra bringing Thrawn, right, and essentially his whole squad right into wherever the fuck they're at. Way out into
yeah, I remember her talking about them being like they're able to, like, that's their migration is like through these
hyperspace lanes.
Thank you very much. Yeah, that was what I was looking for. But yeah, I mean, hey, look, you can't go wrong. It wasn't a battle that was done poorly. I'll tell you that much. It was exciting as far as Star Wars standards goes. I mean, hey, we got there.
No, and Jess, what were those ships that that at least the standard issue HKs whatever whatnot were using? Those weren't TIE fighters.
No, Jesse said it best, like the World War II style. According to the Star Wars databank, they don't have anything on those ships. So it's like they're still figuring out a name for those ships.
Wow, that's rare. Usually they always have like the shit like actually right there.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Wow. Yeah, and of course Thrawn was the one, of course, that wanted to do the defenders, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he could never get what's his name? Palpatine to fund the project for like.
I mean, he was close, but it's just that. I mean, he kind of disappears. Once he disappeared, Palpatine's like, you know what, Krennic, I'll give you your Star Destroyer.
Yeah, most definitely. And I'll tell you what now, the Dreadnought, right? Isn't that what the ship that Thrawn commands?
Something do you guys remember? Thrawn?
I don't know. All I know is that bitch is big and it's very fucking impressive looking.
Oh, Chimera.
Yes. What type of ship is that?
That's like a regular Imperial Star Destroyer, it's just larger in size. That's it. With a tattoo on the bottom.
Them bitches are nasty, bro. They are nasty. Like, seriously.
I mean, that's what the Purgo dragged into the unknown regions with Ezra and Thrawn.
Yeah, no, I mean, did he take a couple of them with him?
No, I think I mean, there's a few Star Destroyers.
Yeah, no, he has a whole fleet with him. It's not just him. He has a fleet.
I mean, only a few ships survived.
Oh, okay.
I mean, remember how you'll see us in Rebels? It's like all the Purgos come in and they just like ram through the ships. It's even these big ships, they're like Legos.
So what? They just like phase through them?
Yeah, they just go through them, and then the ships just break apart. Like,
oh, so they're impacted by it. They're not just like chilly.
Yeah, the Purgles are so strong; they're like bulletproof.
Oh, at first I thought you meant they were just phasing through for fun or whatever, just to like, hey, what's up?
I mean, that's what Hera meant when it's like she
Vision.
hated how like the Purgo like go through hyperspace lanes and like kill the the pilots and stuff. Like they're that strong.
How big was that first whale? That first Purgo? That thing looked huge.
That's so big, like the size of North and South America combined.
Oh my god! I think
Really?
they were more like Titanic level.
No, way bigger.
Wouldn't the size of North America and South America combined be like fucking like over 10,000 miles?
Like that's how big right? The Purgo.
No, like more like 20,000.
I think they were more like Asia, basically,
like Asia, yeah.
Like bigger. If we had to go,
I was gonna say that, but that's similar to that scene with from Anchorman. Like that makes no logical sense.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
I'm
just say
messing around, man. I'm just saying there's no comparison there. I mean, North America and South America are fucking long.
I mean,
right?
they are very long. The Purgo.
Yeah, if you had that as your main profile picture, dick pic, and whatnot, everything, you'd have to have like 17.75 pictures just to cover the length of it.
Yeah. Well, it was funny.
Average.
Oh no, go ahead, Jess.
I was just going to say the internet's here for a reason, folks. Average length of a Purgle is 30 meters, according to Wikipedia. All right, just let's go there first.
30 meters.
Throwing out continents.
Okay, how big is a Star Destroyer?
Oh my god!
I gotta look that up. You guys go ahead and talk. I'll look it up.
All right, so 120 feet. They're 120 feet by like, let's say.
There's no way they're just 120.
They're way bigger.
All right, whatever.
Okay, how about this? Okay, a Star Destroyer is the size of Manhattan. A Purgo is the size of Cuba. There we go.
Okay.
All right.
And it's got
All right,
more
good
food
enough.
to eat than Cuba too. Like just
so-
inside of it. It's the only thing in Cuba not starving.
Yeah, well, it's funny. So, what's funny? It was Morgan. Was it Morgan? The high Elizabeth, right? Like was in the ship, and it was a funny gag.
Now you're calling her Elizabeth?
Yeah. Well,
because of Olmec.
Like Elizabeth Morgan,
motherfucker.
Morgan Elizabeth.
Morgan
right?
Freeman.
Oh my god, Morgan Freeman.
This is
Morgan Le Fay. Morgan Le Fay. That's
Morgan Le
basically-
Fay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. So I don't know. You guys catch this? Oh my god, I can't speak today. Is the running gag with Morgan Elizabeth and the apprentice Haiti, and I don't know. It was weird. It was funny that like, oh, I'll take care of this, and like she was gonna blast our heroes in that moment, and then of course the androids say we didn't, like they just were off our our scale or whatever, and she has this glazed eye to the androids like, come on, like we should have killed them. And I just like that when villains get frustrated that the heroes didn't die. Like,
right?
Was there like tension there or something? Like that? Like, I'm not sure I totally understand this whole deal. What do you think, Jesse? What the fuck? Why does Morgan Ellsworth all of a sudden? Why is she the big shot caller?
No idea, dude. I mean, my assumption is that she's got, I assume some kind of like elbow rub off of Thrawn. Maybe, I don't know. She knew Thrawn, right?
She's a Night Sister.
Okay, all right.
And she did work with Thrawn.
Okay, she did. All right, she did work with Thrawn, so she does.
Remember in the Mandalorian?
Yes. Yeah. Well, kind of though, because honestly, it's been a while since I watched that season 2 of Mandalorian. Right, and like that's when that occurred. So I've got, honestly, like I mentioned before, Andres, I've got to go back and watch the whole second season of Mandalorian just so I can go back and see those scenes.
You mean that one episode?
Yeah, no, seriously, I got to. Yes, the one episode, so I can refresh myself with what the whole deal what the deal was with it, what was said, what was the point of it, how was Thrawn mentioned. But Jesse, did you like the matchup of having Hadi out there Ellsworth comes in and aids her, sort of, right? Or sort of like almost kind of like sends her off to handle her business or whatnot, handle the business herself. Were you happy? Did you like how that played out? That's how they decided to match them up?
Yeah, you're talking about the relationship between
having Hottie start off kind of running the show with you know, he's the Padawan, she's obviously like the number 3, right? You know, after Ellsworth and after Skull. You know, she's given the responsibility to go ahead and get out there. She's obviously, you know, it's obvious that that Balin trusts her, right? He seems to really have no problem at all assigning her to anything, right? It seems very confident about her ability to go do whatever he tells her to do. And I also very much appreciate and think it's cool how she obeys him, so respectfully and like obviously genuinely, right? Like she literally does take seriously like her role compared to like Sabine.
Right. I mean, yeah, you could tell she's got a few miles of apprenticeship under her compared to Sabine. Yeah, I mean, as far as like the Shin Hati character, just going to point this out to you guys right now. And next time you see her, you know, count how many times she blinks, because she doesn't. There's, I mean, maybe that's an unwritten rule for villains.
Oh, that's normal for a Night Sister, I think.
Are you serious?
Because I don't think I've seen, even in the Clone Wars, like all these Night Sisters blink.
She's not a Night Sister.
I'm talking about Shin. So
Shin, yeah, Shin's not Night Sister.
Wait, I thought you were saying about Morgan.
Morgan is. No, he's talking about, I was asking about Shin.
Yeah.
I got the wrong context.
No, that's all right. Yeah, so yeah, well, again, you know, I didn't count how many times Morgan blinked. You never know; she may not. I don't know. But anyway, as far as the character of Shin, yeah, she's obviously a very determined apprentice, and she's going to be a good villain. And to watch, I mean, are you guys fully expecting Sabine and her to go at it at the end of this and Sabine get over on her? Or are you thinking well, we don't, I watched episode 4, so I know we aren't going to, so I know it's not going to be resolved there, but at the end of this series, I'm wondering if you guys are expecting it to happen. I don't know.
I'm more intrigued by the question of like, if you had to pick out of 3, you'd pick 2 out of 3 to fuck. Would out of 3 would you want here? You got Hero, Sabine, and Ahsoka, right? Which 2 do you take? Right? Like,
what were my 3 again? Give me the 3.
You got Hera, you got Sabine, and you got Ahsoka to pick from out of the 3.
Should we play a quick game of? Should we play a quick game of what is it? Marry, fuck, kill? Is that what it is?
You know what? And we can even if you want, we can even throw what's her name in there too.
What's the 4th option though? We got marry, fuck, kill, and we have 3 options usually.
No. We can throw in Skull's Padawan too. Right? Shit, yeah.
I don't know, you know.
So there you go, Jess. You're on the spot. What's your 2?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Andres, I can't believe you got.
Wait, what are my choices again? Sorry, sir. What are my choices?
Dula. You got Dula. You've got Sabine and her fucking bull-like haircut that's purple now. And then you've got Ahsoka with her fucking combo ear hair bullshit.
Combo ear hair.
And then you got shot. And you can pick 2.
Oh my god.
It's a lot of options, baby. It's
the 2 humans. I'll just choose the 2 humans to stay safe.
All right.
Well, hey, listen, I'm all about diversity and inclusivity, so I'd have to fuck at least 1 alien. Part of my contract with Disney.
I want him. Yes, I want you too. So I want to hear about it when it happens.
Yeah. I get a bonus from Disney in my contract if I fuck an alien in that situation. Right? For inclusivity purposes.
Oh my god, no.
That's great.
Yeah. If I fuck the green one, right, instead of Ahsoka, I get a bigger bonus.
Oh my god.
She's more weird looking.
I mean, in the Rebels series, she looks awesome.
Hey, listen,
All right.
I was out of the 4. I figure she's probably the biggest fucking freak slut out of them.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You know
I
what
wonder what
Rebels was once sold as a sex slave?
She probably loved it.
No, she literally beat up her master and escaped.
Yeah, but she really wanted to stay. She just like was bored. That shit wasn't good enough. It was the dudes weren't hitting it hard enough.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I'm saying? That slavery shit was not up to her level.
What a great 30-minute episode this was.
Yeah. just talking about, yeah. What was it?
Yo, I think Andres.
He's frozen yet
Yo,
again.
Olmec has a good comment. Jeff can turn an academic discuss. Oh my god. These comments, man.
Oh, Mac, I'm not worried about the size of my D with a purple, whatever, whatnot, everything. When it boils down to it, all that matters is I got that good D, baby. It don't matter what size it is.
You got your you got your Magnum condoms, and then you got your Pergo condoms.
There you go. Look, as long as I'm telling you right now, dudes are too obsessed with their dicks and their sizes and all that shit, man. At the end of the day, as long as your shit's not like fucking 2 inches erect, you're good. You know what I'm saying? Just don't
Put
be
it
a
on
little
a t-shirt.
Yeah, seriously. Your shit can be 3 inches long. Just don't be a little bitch, right? And you're straight. And Andres takes off. He's like, fuck it, I'm a little bitch. I'm gonna get out of here. No, I'm just kidding, Andres. I'm not playing. I'm just playing. Andres is fixing his like Iceman type fucking internet problems right now. Either way, Morgan Elizabeth was a virgin her entire life. That's why she works hard to find thrawn and destroy the entire world. Okay. She was a fuck thrawn. He's gonna take her virginity. I get it. Balin is like a sim waiting to action Morgan. That's why he follows all her orders like a puppy dog.
This is like the craziest fucking fan fiction I have ever read.
Balin's doesn't feel he's even interested in things like intimacy or sex, anyways. Jeff can turn an academic discussion into a discussion about sex. I can. You're right, Almach, I can. And Cyber, is Jeff like some writer for Porta? No, in all honesty, Almach, to tell you the truth, if I wanted to, I've got so much video of me intimate with the other sex that if I wanted to, I could probably put out 10 different OnlyFans channels and they'd all make money. To be clear. Yes. Like that is how deep my library is, bro. And there's a reason why I have that library. And you know why? It's because women fucking trust me when I say things. They know that I'm telling the truth. So they take my word when I say that I'm not going to put that shit out publicly, and I don't. It's that simple. That's why I've got that massive library to jerk off to. It's fabulous. I love it. So much better than porn, baby. So much better. Especially skin and mass. Anyways, I apologize. There's nothing like watching, some chick act like she's having the best that she ever had in her life in a position that doesn't even like work from a anatomical standpoint. Essentially, it's not even possible. But she's loving it. I'm sorry, Jasmine. I know skin and mass porn is probably a little bit too old for your.
I was going to say
your age generation. I don't know if they still have that stuff anymore. Jesse, do they have skin and mass anymore?
Well, I mean, I don't know, dude. Ever since the internet came along, we kind of don't need it.
Nah, you're
right. It's like, I mean, I'm sure there's probably the naked channel out there that somebody's trying to unscramble, but
So, no, Jassa, would the pearl come in? Do they essentially end up as sort of like being used as sort of like shields and like ways for like the for what is Ahsoka's ship called? I forget.
The T6.
The T6, was it sort of a way for them to use them as? Did they use as cover almost?
So originally, a lot of these ships, they're meant for like peacetime missions. So it's like when you take the Padawans to Ilum for training, that's what they're used for. They're never really meant for combat.
No, when the Purgles come in, they obviously influence the battle in terms of helping Ahsoka and Sabine. But I don't think they mean to, right? But
it was just a normal path.
Yes. So at that point, they sort of just use them as a shield or a way to kind of like bounce off.
Clouds, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. No, and basically, like say what you want about Sabine and Ahsoka's dialogue, but Huang, Huang was killing it the whole time. Like seriously,
He's a great pilot.
Yes, no, he's awesome. I love it. The fact that they added him to that group was great. I love it. He's awesome. Like in terms of droids go, you can't really go wrong with them. But Chopper was dope too. Episode 2 though. Jesse, I know you love Chopper.
Oh yeah, Chopper's great, man. I was just thinking about that when I was kind of scrolling through here earlier, getting ready for the episode. I forgot, Chopper's fun to watch. He does. I don't think obviously he doesn't say anything. He's a droid.
Oh no. If you kind of like if you watch a couple times whatnot and kind of slow it down, you can tell that he's actually speaking basic.
Oh really? Okay. All right.
Oh, he actually formulates full. Yeah, he actually talks.
Okay. I had no idea. Well,
yeah. No, it's very basic. The stuff he says is very limited. It's very basic. So you could kind of speculate like what he's saying.
I mean, people just assume what he's saying.
Well, I'll tell you what.
So his mouth moves too, doesn't it?
Wait, who are you talking about? Chopper?
Yeah.
It just makes like sounds, but in a more articulate way than R2-D2.
Yeah, good way of putting it.
I was going to say Disney Plus did let me down on the subtitles if that's the case, because I watched my stuff with subtitles on and I didn't see anything come out other than
you're not supposed to.
Okay,
but you can kind of tell, like, I mean, when
you could tell
when he says, like, did you go through my stuff? You could tell that, like, the second time you watch it, he says it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and then he says, I don't believe you, right? Or whatever, not everything. So he actually is pretty articulate and everything, right? I just love
always has been.
I love watching just throwing shit out, like okay, you know what I mean, whatnot, right? Like during almost like a semi-space battle and shit. That's all serious. He's just like like. I mean, I haven't watched Rebels, so I'm sure he's probably funny as shit in Rebels.
He's very funny.
No, it was great. But Jess, what did you think? And then you, Jesse. I just hope you're all right, brother. But no, what did you think of the Ahsoka shit where she actually came off the ship, and actually went out with her lightsabers and was getting after like that?
I found that really bold because normally, like any Jedi, like you would never do that because like those ships, just one precise like shot and you're dead. Yeah. So that was just pretty bold. I mean, Ahsoka has done like space battles with like her lightsabers before, but that's like during her younger days in the Clone Wars. So
what are her shield capabilities with that ship?
Her what again?
She does have some basic shield capabilities, doesn't she?
Oh yeah, the double lightsaber.
No, on her ship. She does have like a basic field, like shield generator, right? Like any other Star Wars ship.
Of course, all ships have that.
Okay, that's what I thought. Now, at that point, like you would know for Rebels, how formidable is it? Like, I mean, can it take a beating?
The shields, they do take
her ship in general. Like, she's old school? Is her ship old school to where it's built like real bad tough or whatever? You know what I'm saying?
No, it's not. No, this is a peacetime ship, so it's not built for like this type of combat. So she literally had to like go out there because it's like, who else is defending the ship? Like the ship, like just one hit, everyone's gone.
I got you. All right, when the shields went down, that's right. And all they have is that one turret.
Pretty much.
Okay, there you go.
But they have to divert the energy from the turret to the shields.
What did you think, Jesse? It visually looked great, didn't it?
Oh yeah, man. And watching her go out there, one of the things that I take away from that scene and definitely some of the other scenes, but definitely that scene, Ahsoka is very calm. Like nothing really gets under her skin at all, including free floating through space, which is kind of scary when you think about it, because it's not like there's a way to just kind of like straight up pull her in, if I remember right.
I found it to be a little bit too stoic.
Okay, all right, and
you're used to it, guys. They live in space.
But yeah, she's very calm. She's just like floating around and using her lightsaber, which is really cool to think about her taking these ships out with her lightsaber. And it was neat just to see her kind of bounce around, and she knew very confident in her abilities. We'll just put it that way. You could see that it definitely comes through, and she's not flustered at all. You know, if I've got 2 spaceships coming at me, or however many ships it was, unloading, I'm going to be a little frazzled, and she wasn't.
Now, I missed it when Ellsworth did what sort of weapon did she use? Does she have like one laser on that ring or something like that she hit the ship with?
Oh, I can't remember. I thought there was like a bunch of guns.
Yeah,
hyper lasers.
Okay, all right. And so basically, when they put the actual ship down, what is that planet called? Do you remember, Jasmine, that they're on? That's also the same planet where, of course, that's where the sort of like our Dark Jedi with Ellsworth Council's been meeting. Over thrawn.
I'm not sure. Does anyone else know?
I know. Hold on. I know where it is, or what it is. I saw it.
The internet knows.
I saw
That's
it.
what we need to find out.
I did.
I don't know. You guys seen the show? It was always fun.
Cetos.
Cetos.
Cetos. Seatos. Cetos.
Okay.
Right. That's where Ahsoka, Red and Huang discover the Eye of Sion.
Yeah.
Which, as Cyber said, I'm really looking forward to seeing how that's going to like move and fly. Like in what way, right? It'll be interesting to see.
Have you seen that before?
No, I haven't. No, it'll be interesting to see. I just want to see how it's going to fly. If it's going to actually like level out as a circle, or if it's going to actually be like upright as a circle and go forward like that. I mean, it's stupid, but it's silly. But like, I want to see like how it's going to look like, because if they do it like that, it looks stupid as fuck. Like not just like not a flat rig.
Let them be surprised, Andres.
All right.
Just watch Clone Wars. You'll know how it flies.
Andres.
Yeah.
My friend, did you enjoy the matchup in the space battle that was so prevalent in the episode? Did you like how they lined things up in terms of having who they had against each other?
Yeah. I mean, it was the bad guys versus the good guys, which was awesome. The ships, we were talking about the ships. They remind me of a little bit of like, it was a mixture of like the pod racers mixed with some of episode 2's like the original bounty hunter ship, and like it wasn't like your typical like Imperial like starfighters. So that was kind of neat. It was kind of cool to see Ahsoka going outside and use her lightsabers in space. That was kind of cool. When they were kind of like down on power with the ship. So, but this is where Mr. H, the android, was so funny here. Like he was like, it's like I'm collecting data, and then when he like say, "Oh, I got it," and then bam, like the power cut off and he got like turned off before like his power backup was gonna reboot. So that was very funny. It was a great action scene. Like that whole sequence was so much fun. Like it just was like it was just like what Star Wars I love about them is the action scenes. It's like a space. What to say? It's like it was a space war movie, which was great, and I sort of liked that. I guess. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jess.
I was just going to ask: have we ever had a lightsaber battle out in space before in any of the movies and shows? Like actually out in space.
The original trilogy didn't at one point not in space.
See, that's what I'm thinking. Like I'm thinking 0G fighting, sword,
no,
lightsaber battle.
Luke and Vader fight outside of like a structure, but they're not in space.
Yeah, I don't think this is. I think this is the first time. I mean, we did get to see one Jedi float through space, but that was about it with Princess Leia at that one time. But that was about it, and she used the Force to get out of there. So this was kind of charting new territory with Star Wars a little bit there.
Yeah,
I think they're using Ahsoka to do that with 2 or 3 things. I think they are.
Mm-hmm.
They're using it as a sort of a vehicle in a way to sort of craft more of a coherent structure, right, and balance between everything that they're piling into, whatever you want to call it, this Mandoverse deal, right? Which we have no idea how it's even going to play out or culminate. It's either going to be a big. They're either going to do a film or 2 films. They're saying, right, with the Mandalorian and Grogu instead of the series, or they're going to come back with another season. Nobody really knows. I mean, shit. What's his name? Favreau says that he still has written like more material than like another like he still hasn't even used up half of what he's already written in the seasons they've done. So that's a whole other discussion as far as what they should do. But in terms of, I guess, of wrapping things up and getting your ratings and getting the hell out of here, essentially, basically, I don't want to say that nobody really wins or loses that space battle, right? It just sort of ends up getting fought to a draw. And if anything, I love the premise it sets up, because I love the fact that by landing the way they did on that planet, it now gives us the opportunity for more engagement, right? Between, these factions, the good and bad, characters here. It puts them in a different spot geographically, in a different place to fight. Now it's going to be on the land, hand to hand, no more space shit, right? And that's cool. I love that contrast. It's great. And of course, I know for a fact that there's going to be a Baylan Ahsoka duel, right? I don't know it, but I'm assuming it's going to happen. It has to. Right? Like that's no one has to say anything, but I'm just saying that I'm seeing it happening. Now, Andres, when Baylan dispatches everybody to go hunt them down, and he looks pained about it, do you believe it was sort of another reflection, another moment, sort of like episode 2, where it bothers him to have to kill Ahsoka?
It seems like it, yeah. The second time around, it was kind of intriguing with the official expression. Yeah, it seemed like it, because he's not a dark side or a Jedi. It's like he's in between, and it's kind of like the opposite. Like,
no, he's a trans Jedi.
What the? That's not a thing.
Yeah, it's oh boy, Jeff, you're great TrueKnowledge. I think this is trans Jedi.
He's proud of himself. Look at him. He's proud of himself.
Watch out. Watch out. That'll be added to the list. That'll be one of the 177 new genders tomorrow.
No,
boy.
It's not going to happen. It doesn't sound right. Trans Jedi?
Trans Jedi.
Yeah.
I think it fits.
Yeah, kind of. I don't know. I think it should be like, I don't know. It should be more sci-fi. Like when you say trans Jedi, it's like, okay.
Okay.
Anyway, but yeah. By the way, Ray Stevenson, great actor. I think he can act just emoting his emotions with his face, and it's like you still get what his character doing.
I know it. And giving him 39 seconds of screen time in the whole episode was great.
Yeah, exactly. And so that was really cool. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
It wasn't cool. It sucked.
Yeah. Nah, that was cool. Like, it wasn't as bad as Secret Invasion, just leaving Talos on the ground and then just never have a payoff. So.
No, I love him. I wanted to see more of him. That's all I'm saying. I would love to have seen more of Baylan in the episode. I mean, we've been talking about that every episode, that everyone pretty much would love to see more of him.
Yeah, which we will. We're not saying much, so we will.
No, I know, but it bothers me a little bit and whatnot when, you have a character that cool, right? And that is that intriguing to where, like, you tell me, Wrath of Khan, I love the fact that, like, he has that pained look and you don't know what he's thinking, right? Like, I love the fact that he does have parts of him that are light and dark. That's the sort of contrast people love. It's entertaining, it's fun, it's interesting, right? And at that point, if you don't give them more screen time and give them a chance to actually exercise that balance, you're basically just, at that point, you're devaluing a character, right?
Yeah.
Which then impacts the actual value and quality of the episode or the show.
Exactly. I would also like to emphasize that all these characters that you see in Ahsoka, they're all unaligned Force users. So they're not Sith, they're not Jedi, they're just unaligned. Ahsoka's the one that like leans more towards like the lighter side, but Balin's like touches more of the darker sides, even though he might have some lighter sides too, which is really interesting.
It is. I know. I from what I understand, in the Star Wars fandom, there's a big kerfuffle right now about the fact that they're sort of like rewriting the formal rules of what was possible for Jedi. Right?
It is. I guess also in the way it's like it kind of sets up the foundation of Luke Skywalker, because technically Luke Skywalker is kind of like an unaligned Force user.
Yeah, and I don't want to get heavy into this because I don't understand the lingo. I don't. I haven't really researched this. I just know I've seen some of the chatter online.
Yeah.
And I've seen some of the videos on YouTube from some of the big Star Wars people where they seem to be very either intrigued or flummoxed about the fact that they're basically going back to the board and sort of redoing what we've always understood as an established structure or definition, or how we've defined how the Force works, right, and how Jedis work.
Yeah.
Right.
I do hope that they actually like dive deeper into like the backstory behind Balin and his Padawan, because it's like I don't know if they were like former Inquisitors. We do know they were like former Jedi.
Yeah.
Well,
how did they learn the Force?
Is there such a thing as a former Inquisitor? Are you Inquisitor until you die?
I mean, you can escape it.
Yeah, that's true. You're right. That's true.
I mean,
No,
we've seen that with Kenobi.
No, some have. No, but let me ask you though, Andres, what do you think? Do you think Balin sort of looked a little bit like, I don't know, forlorn or like disjointed there with his facial expression there before he sent off his squad to hunt them down, hunt the Jedi down? That maybe that was another moment of reflection where he's just thinking to himself,
I think
the part of the loss. No, I'm asking the Wrath of Khan, Andres.
No, you're asking Andreas the question.
Yeah, that was the thing. I was confused.
I'm sorry. You know what? I checked my volume. It's all the way up.
Dude, you were literally like, okay, Andreas. So you saw that Balin had a troubled
I'm sorry. I you know what? It's maybe it's the way I talk. I'm saying Khan. Let me just call you Jasmine instead of that. But no, you go ahead, Andres. Even though I already asked you. No, but Jasmine.
Jasmine, go first.
No, Jasmine. What do you think? Was that another reflection of him where he's just like, you know what? I don't like having to send them to go kill Ahsoka. Like, I kind of hope maybe she lives.
The thing about that, usually an unaligned Force user wouldn't even care about this stuff. That's usually more like a Jedi thing. I'm thinking it's like Balin sees Ahsoka as like one of like the last remnants of like his past, like a culture that's like, if Ahsoka dies, that's literally like you're killing an entire culture, and like just that burden of having to kill that culture.
Yes,
you don't want that.
Of his depth, as his actual depth as a person and whatnot, and everything, and how he views things through his lens.
Yeah,
there's also that possibility that maybe he feels like it might be his role to be the one to kill her,
to kill the culture.
To kill her.
Even if he feels bad about it.
Possibly. You never know. I mean, think about it.
Well, yeah, because he say that in episode 2? Like he almost had like this foresee in the future. Like we know that Jedis can have like a power that they can for the future. Like Anakin had visions in episode 3 that, Padme was gonna die and all that. But because he didn't understand the images that was going in his head, it was kind of jarring. Here, it's interesting that Balin has almost like he knows what's going to happen, and because he's more experienced, and like we know that like he's probably previously a Jedi, just
he is,
but we don't know that. Like they haven't confirmed that. Like we just know like by information, like
and
like,
age.
yeah, in age, and then like the lifesaver discussion that we had in episode 2, where okay, they built it, but it's nothing like a Jedi would build it, and you know what I mean. If you understand how the Jedi builds their lightsaber in the lore, so yeah, I think he knows something's gonna happen.
Now, Jesse, what do you think? What are your thoughts as we wrap up here? What are your thoughts of Skull as a character?
Oh man, I love him as a character. I mean, this is Ray Stevenson does a fantastic job of just getting the presence of this Force user on the screen. And yeah, my simple take of it is that yeah, he doesn't want to kill Ahsoka in any way. Like I feel like he does not want to do that. This is a brand new character for this series, right? Not
brand new character for the entire universe.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, there's a lot there that I feel needs to be unpacked. Like I want to know why he was hesitant to do this, and that's a great element of writing in this series. Is like, hey, this guy doesn't want to do this, and leave the watcher, leave the viewer wanting to know why. Have we got any idea as to what his motivations are, as to why he's trying to get and find Thrawn at all? Has he ever come out and said that? I mean, obviously he wants to. He's paired up with Morgan Elizabeth.
I think he's basically just chose a side. When it boils down,
is that all it is?
Yeah,
okay.
He chose a side, and this is a side that he does actually want to gain individually.
I feel like there's a bigger, like this is a guy that I feel like has a bigger agenda.
He
like
does.
He wants to get there, and he wants to do something. I don't know. Maybe I'm just throwing stuff out there.
He still respects the old school Jedi order. He does, right?
Yeah.
Like he's a traditionalist almost, right? At the same time, too, he's actually very, very, very patient and very like long term with his thinking, and very relaxed and chill, like Ahsoka.
Yeah,
even beyond Ahsoka, right? And obviously very experienced to where Ellsworth, Mayor Elizabeth's character, Mac, does not intimidate him at all. You know what I'm saying? Well, not like if he wanted to snap her neck in a second, he would and could. And she knows it, and he knows it, right? That's why he talks so freely with her and flat out told her when she said to him, sentimental about Ahsoka, he was like, no, truth.
Right.
He's almost like a Gandalf. He's a wise man. He's a middle character that's been around, right? And depending on which side he's on, it's gonna be the same motherfucker, right? No matter what, either way. You know what I'm saying? And but he's not a mercenary. He's not a bounty hunter. He has beliefs, right?
Right.
We just don't know what they are really yet.
Yeah.
Who knows? I don't know. Maybe he just wants fucking, Sabine to bring her hair back and not cut it.
Please don't bring the hair back.
Right?
Wait, Jeff. Oh, wait, guys. Wait, so who here has seen Rebels again?
Hold on.
Because here's the thing. The Balin's voice sounds very similar to one of the Jedi Guardians that guided Kanan from Rebels.
Well, I didn't watch that, so I would have no way to, really have an opinion on that. But at the con,
Kanan was the Jedi. I would say Kanan was the Jedi, right? And was he a Jedi as well?
Yeah, Kanan was a Jedi.
He was blinded, and he actually met his sight. He regained his sight by meeting the essence of what would be the neutral Jedi, the one that's not Sith or good. This weird ass fucking toll look, the fucking object thing came out of the ground and shit.
You mean the wolves? The wolves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking shit.
Yeah, but there's an episode in Rebels where they all go to the Jedi Temple, Ezra, Kanan, and Ahsoka, and they all go through like separate paths. For Kanan, this is back when he has like vision. he was seen in a dojo, and you have like this Jedi like guardian, and his voice is exactly the same as Balin.
Interesting.
So my theory is that that Jedi guardian seen in that vision is actually Balin.
Makes
Now,
sense.
if I had force powers, right? If there was a blinded female Jedi, right? I would just convince her that by like me busting it on her face, I could restore her sight with my 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 force healing skills.
I think this live streaming should be called the Star Wars Sex Education Podcast. Where
Nobody's getting any education whatsoever here. I don't know even.
Yeah.
Don't put that word there.
I mean, it'd be a good way to just get the plugs. It's like, hey, well, this is an educational podcast about Star Wars and sex.
Listen, I'm telling you, that literally, like, no joke. If like I was in the show, like the Ellsworth woman would talk to me, ask me a question, or whatever, whatnot. She'd be like, "What do you feel, true knowledge, in the Force, or whatever?" I'd be like, well, Sabine, is elusive to me in the Force, but she dyed her hair purple today, and I don't like it. It should have went pink. And also, so the Sadula Green bitch has her period. You know, and, so there's that. You know, and anyways, no, on my outline it literally says when Ahsoka says to Sabine, "What do you need?" Sabine says, "My fucking hair back, bitch." The fuck? What was I thinking? God damn.
Oh man,
It's right in my outline. I swear, it's what I wrote. Where's my hair? Can we go back in time?
Star Wars, the Sex/Hair Podcast.
There you go. Yeah, you guys said that. Can we go back another episode so I can not cut my hair? I look stupid as fuck.
Oh yeah. Sure thing, true.
I'm sorry, but when I was watching, I couldn't help myself but think about that whole dialogue the whole time. I was like, how it would go down. Anyways, folks. All right, guys. Let's get our ratings in here. Andres, what you got?
Well, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. It was a good episode. It wasn't as strong as the first two, but it kept me entertaining. That was the good point. So
I think it's fair. It's not too much and it's not too little. What do you think, Wrath of God?
7.5.
Also fair, Mr. Starcher?
7 out of 10.
I'm in the middle.
I'll go with 7 too.
All right.
I think 7's fair. I don't want to go lower than that. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't think it deserves it. If anything, maybe I'd bump it up a little bit to like a 0.25 or whatever, whatnot. Right? But Cyber hates that, so I'm not going to go there. It bothers him very deeply whenever I add like percentages to my rankings.
Saber's
It's very.
not here.
He
Saber's
finds
not
it.
here.
Huh?
Saber's not here. You can do whatever you want, Jeff.
I know. I'm just saying it really bothers him for some reason. He does not like it. That I add the 0.75. He's like, why is that necessary? Cyber, I'm messing with you, bro. I'm joking. You don't fuck with me
You
like
should
that.
say 7.15 out of 10.
I say 7.75 and 13.75 and all that shit in public to people. They have no idea what I'm talking about. Like, yeah, I'd say about 7.75.
It's weird.
Hey, you know what? Listen. I live for my work, baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm all about it. I'm all in. So it encompasses everything I do, right? I rated the guy that bagged my groceries order today. I gave it an 8.75.
Solid job.
There you go. So I got hoping the fucking bag broke and all the shit fell out.
Oh.
Yep. That's right. Then I had to drop it down, unfortunately. He'll never know, though, because I didn't tell him.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Most definitely. Now, everybody, how about plugs? What's up, Mr. Starcher? What would you like me to pull up, sir?
Oh, yeah. Hey, I'll send something to you in the chat here real quick.
Yeah. No, you go ahead. 'Cause I've already got Andres pulled up.
Sweet. So, yeah, hey, I do a comic book podcast. It is called the Source Material Comics Podcast. And we just talk about comics. We have a good time on there. Recently, I have been doing a show called AI Rights, where I get a hold of ChatGPT and I throw it a prompt, and we usually end up crossing over a couple properties, and I want to see what ChatGPT will come up with. So recently, the last episode was actually a crossover between Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Batman from the Red Rain universe, which, if you guys know your comics, that was where Batman got turned into a vampire. And lo and behold, ChatGPT came up with an idea of what a 6-issue series would have been. And if you're interested in checking that out, it's one of my newest series that's on there. So by the way, that right there, that is not my show, but I just want to point out something.
Oh, that's awesome.
No, I've got to point this out real quick.
Oh my God.
Because I've had source material since 2014, and those motherfuckers came around and stole that shit from me. I swear to goodness, I should have had my copyright lawyers, which I have none, on top of that, or trademark lawyers or whatever. Should have had Jeff on top of it, actually. They could have went and kicked their ass.
For real.
But,
wait, Jeff, you thought Jesse worked for Vice?
Oh man, I wish
He
that
went
was the
bankrupt.
case.
No, I was blinded, man. I was blind there for a minute, like Jason.
It's all good, man. Source Material Comics Podcast. You can find that on just about any podcatcher out there, and I'm on YouTube with WTM Network. That stuff's you can catch just about any show out there as well. So anyway, I talk comics. Have a good time. Thank you guys for having me tonight. It's fun.
Hold on a minute, sir. Hold on now. That's not fair. There we go.
He's going to do it. There it is. That's Facebook page. You can go check out the landing page for a lot of our recent episodes. Hey, me and Mark Radulich of the Radulich and Broadcasting Network got together and talked Supergirl Power, which was about a half-hour episode talking about Supergirl when she came back into the DC universe. I think it was in 2007. So a lot of Lex Luthor stuff going on in there, but Supergirl just basically goes around and meets the rest of the DC universe and gets into fights with them. It was a lot of fun. There's your Red Rain. By the way, that's AI art. I feel pretty proud of that. I went and gave it a prompt that said Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Batman, and there you go. That's the cover of the episode. So
did you use Dolly or Bing?
Really bad plastic surgery from like Stevie Wonder.
You're right, dude. I think this is Google's maybe no. I'm sorry. This is Crayon. If you scroll down just a little bit, yeah, I didn't draw it in crayon, but if you scroll down a little bit, you can see the crayon watermark, maybe not. But anyway, I also one of my fun things I do with those episodes is I have ChatGPT script like 1 minute audio ad for the episode, and then it gives you everything, including sound effects, and I go and grab it all and I put it together. And you get a little 1 minute trailer right at the beginning of the episode as to what's about to hit you. So it's a lot of fun.
I love that. I love that whole I love that whole concept. I think it's dope as shit.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Andres, what were you gonna say?
I know it's cool.
It's cool, right? I like that. I really do. You know what? Honestly, Jesse, I bookmarked it. I'm gonna go and I'm actually gonna check out one of the episodes. I think tomorrow.
All right, man. I appreciate that.
I love ChatGPT in terms of like fucking around with it and how it can be funny sometimes to use. And I thought about we've talked about it before, like something you could do with it, and whatnot that would be funny, kind of you could make with it and shit. And that's a good one. I like that. I really do.
Yeah. I've come up with a lot of crazy shit here lately. I mean, ChatGPT will give you anything and everything you want. And you can tell it what you make it, what you want it to sound like when it gives you the response. Like my first ever episode, I said, create this ad, but make sure that it's in a 90s fanboy tone. And man, you talk about some funny shit. It was hilarious what it came up with. So, yeah, man, I appreciate it. If you check it out, let me know what you think.
I just don't like the fact that I don't know what the hell happened between the 3.5 to the 4.0 version. For some reason, all of a sudden in the 3.5, the ChatGPT could recognize me and remember things I would tell it from day to day. And literally, like, it would not, like, it would not be able to just give me an outline of a show based off things I said, but it would remember who I was, what we were, the MCU'S bleeding edge, all that, whatnot, and it would recall some of those things and be able to just incorporate them on their own. Was it to show with the 4.0? Nope. Done.
Really?
Did you use the same chat or did you make a new chat?
Well, there's the two versions are right there when you go there.
Like, did you like use your existing chat?
What do you mean?
Like, you know how like they save your chats?
Oh, on the left? Yes, I never used that before.
You never like go back to your old chats and continue the conversation.
No, hell no. No, I should. Believe me, I've thought about it. It's just a lot of times I'm just like lately, no EHD meds and shit. I'm in bed the whole day, and then I just got out of bed when I finally can, and I watched our episode, and then I scrap myself out of the fucking and do my best to try to do the show. Right? But eventually I do plan. I mean, I plan on like trying to get more out of it. It sucks to pay for something and not be getting full use of a
Just cancel the subscription, man. Just cancel it.
Hell no. Are you kidding me?
I mean, the free version works the same.
Dude, I right before they were going to change the prices and shit, I bought my 2-year package and whatnot, everything, because Jeremiah, one of my guests,
use it up, man. Go make a app or something.
Nah, man, seriously, I think it was a good investment. I do. Yeah. I like paying. I like paying and knowing that for free it's the same shit. Anyways, though, Andre's a pop culture guy. Did you possibly gain 50 or 100 new subscribers since the last time I talked to you?
3 more. 3 more. That's
close.
Yeah. When you pull up the channel, it's right there. Yeah. So, yeah, just now it just increased. So I got. So anyway, let me say thank you everyone for the MC Bleeding Edge community. Thank you so much for the huge boost and like buttons. Yeah, I'm up to 803 subscribers, which is crazy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, plans. I already did a celebrity birthday tribute just now. Tomorrow I'm gonna put my Avengers movie tribute on Friday, and then take a little break on Saturday, and then Sunday I'll put something a movie review on either Django Unchained or Saving Private Ryan, maybe. Because the X-Men and the Avengers have their big 60th anniversary this year. They actually came out the same month in September of 1963.
Yep.
So yeah, so I'm building up to that in my other channel and then here as well. So yeah. Anyway, so thank you so much for you guys. Just hit the subscribe button and like button. It's been an awesome month.
Folks, I want to thank you. Thank you for helping Andres. Thank you for supporting him. Please support Jesse. Right? Please support Mark Rutledge. I love the guy. Jesse, please pass on to Leslie Hadia that I love her. I miss her. I hope she's well. Let her, seriously, genuinely let her know. I haven't talked to her in a long time. Just let her know that she's in my thoughts. Right? And she's still my buddy.
Sure.
It's been a long time. And she's been, not to be, nostalgic, but for those of you who have been with us for a long time, Alexis Hadia, it has been very important and very valuable to the Bleeding Edge for a long time. It was for a very long time. And I'll always remember her for that. And she'll never be forgotten with that at all. And I've never had one bad fucking thing to say about her behind her back once since the last time I talked to her, and that will not change. Right? It's that simple. Her and I are exactly best friends, but I respect the fuck out of her. Especially that time when her husband walked through naked during the show.
Wait, that actually happened?
Yeah, that was great. She loved it too. And then one episode where her dogs barked the entire time, that was great too. Right? Just all over and over. The minute I came in to start the show, the dog started barking. I was like, oh shit, I guess the dog's going to moderate. Okay, I'm done. My night's off. But no, anyways, folks, Jassim, do you want to plug your $2 million condo in Silicon Valley?
You mean what's his name? Leech's house?
That's right. I forgot you and Leech are bunking together now. He's your mentor. You're his Padawan.
Yeah, I live in his house rent free.
Yeah. And you guys have what? Like a duplex, and like he has the one side that's like the mirror image of yours?
I don't know how the zoning works, man. I don't know how the developer made it.
You have no bedrooms. It's just it's one big living room on both sides.
Yeah.
I love it, bro. It's like a studio.
Yeah, Leech is pretty loud, but
do you sleep on the couch or the piano?
Oh, I sleep near the fireplace.
Where's the TV, bitch? What the fuck, man? What are you going old school, like fucking Skull? No TV? Like Ahsoka?
Who needs a TV?
I do. Fuck.
What do you even use a TV? Okay, wait, you have cable.
No.
But what do you use a TV for?
My parents and my family have YouTube TV, which I occasionally fuck with and whatnot. Lately, for like the last year, I've just been streaming everything.
Okay, yeah, because this is my TV right here.
Ooh.
I don't know if you can see it.
Nope.
Yeah, this is my TV right here, boys.
I won't lie to you. I do get nostalgic, and I do sometimes go back and watch that one streaming app that has the actual like laid out channel thing where you can search up the channel and everything and whatnot. What's it called? Shit.
The guide, the TV guide.
Tubi?
Who?
No, Tubi. I think it's called.
Tubi.
Yeah,
Tubi.
Yeah. They have regular cable TV almost, but it's free, right?
A Roku.
I watch it sometimes, well, not just because it reminds me of old school cable. The content's horrible, but besides that, it's great. Great to have nostalgia that sucks. But either way, folks, my plug tonight basically is nothing.
It's a show.
That's it. Yeah, because I'm just the hero of the MCU's Bleeding Edge. That's it. And I have considered making some digital content a little bit here and there, and I will. But if I ever do, it'll be under the Bleeding Edge. It's that simple. Or my YouTube channel that I have started, I just haven't put any content out on, called Dick Pic Logic. That is the title. I just have not come up with with an appropriate logo for it yet. I can't think of the right scheme, but it is titled Dick Pic Logic. It's there. You can pull it up. It exists. I'm thinking about trademarking it once I activate it because seriously, I should. It's a good title.
I am not searching Dick Pic Logic right now.
Shit,
Just
dude,
not doing it.
Seriously, it's funny as shit. Anybody who doesn't get the humor of that, I don't know what to tell them.
Oh, that's great.
Obviously they're living in the time cop dimension. Either way, right, Andres? They stayed in the 60s and 70s, and they don't know yet about stuff.
Sure thing, Jeff.
Sure thing, Jeff. Sure thing.
John Claude hasn't informed him yet.
Yeah,
Anyways,
if everyone knows that,
I know. No, but listen, folks, we love you. Keep on supporting the MCU's Bleeding Edge. Keep on supporting everybody that comes on this panel. Keep on supporting Star Wars, right? Come on, support Ahsoka. Support, continuing Disney deleting things like Willow off the platform where they come out. I like that. Willow sucks. And besides that, God bless you. We love you. All of you and all the fandoms, you're great. And please, be positive, be optimistic. All you MCU fans, don't doom and gloom, baby. We're not done, right? The sun will shine on us again. And also, She-Hulk will be back again, unfortunately. Right? Which even Sabine is better than her. Hey, maybe next week, Ahsoka or Sabine will actually go bald and just shave her head. Right? We'll have to see. But we love you. We'll see you next time. Oh, Friday, Haunted Road, we're reviewing it. Sunday, that's the Andor Season 1 recap, bitch. What's up? Installment 18. Monday, the first review of the Daryl Dixon series. Will be on the MCU's Bleeding Edge Report, our only titled live stream show, episode 12.
Yep.
And there you go, baby. I love it. Now look at that. Wasn't that very clarified and focused? I'm
proud of you.
I am too.
Proud of you, Jeff.
I kicked in for a minute. I love it. Jasmine, I love you. Bertha Khan, Andres, love you. Jesse, love you. Allmac, you're the best, baby. Cyber, you're the best. We'll see you later, folks. Peace.
Galaxy. Yeah. Someone at the door, John. Now I'm here to stay. Tell me who the fuck gonna face the music. More brick laying, that screen time. Been cutting back on the daily usage. Long road for the road dogs, for the weird minds from a soapbox. Got BKTs on this bitch, so everybody getting rolled on. Yeah. Yeah, everybody getting rolled on. Check all this credits on BMI. I'm just too kind to expose y'all.